And then, ladies and gentlemen, on the beginning of that wonderful Wednesday morning, June 21st, 2023, we all got excited and happy to see the one, the only, Hezokuai! Thank you so very much. Glad to see all of you beautiful, wonderful, fantastic people here this fantastic Wednesday morning. It's a freaking thunderstorm out there. I'm lying. It ain't fantastic. It's a nightmare. No. We need some rain, man. I don't want to lose power in the middle of the show, but I mean, it's. I woke up to and the walls were shaking. It was pretty brutal, man. But I mean, it's just rain, thunder, lightning. The only thing that I don't, it's not like scary like tornado or anything. It's just scary because I got all my electronic equipment. I got a surge protector, but you never know. You get hit lightning wrong, bad power. It gets iffy with that stuff. I've been very paranoid about that ever since years ago. I was living in Chicago and we had an apartment and there was a deck and the deck had a metal railing, so that when you walked outside, you don't fall off the deck. There's a railing and it was a metal railing. Well, I was on my computer one night, just sitting there, blah, 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 and there was a storm going on outside. And lightning, and I saw it through the corner of my eye, lightning hit the railing, and all the power just went boop, boop, and then turned right back on, and my computer was dead, gone, completely fried. It was over. That was it. So ever since then, whenever I got lightning and stuff and I'm on the computer, I get paranoid. Like I said, even with surge protectors and stuff, I still freak out because of that. The trauma of that incident. I don't know what to tell you about The Flash, man, because I don't want to give out any spoilers. And I think the less you know about it, the better. If you're a fan of superhero movies, particularly DC Comics, then you'll get all the references. What I can tell you is this. I'm on the fence because I enjoyed watching it. First of all, right off the bat, I enjoyed it. Okay. I'm not going to say I didn't. I'm not going to lie. I liked the movie. The reason why I'm on the fence is because there's a balance between character development, which this movie has. Holy crap. Really? Character development in a modern movie? Are you nuts? Yeah, I'm serious. Like, it's got it. But at the same time, I am so sick and tired of modern Hollywood and the member berries. Like all of the original IPs and all the original ideas and stories that we fell in love with when I was a kid, now we're just being rehashed and retreaded in our faces because instead of coming up with good movies, they're like, hey, remember the good movie? See, remember that good stuff that you liked before? Well, here's more of that. Oh, wait, you want something new? Oh. What about John Wick? Oh, we're already up to 4 on that one? Anyway, so it's weird because on one hand, like, I hate that movies just keep doing that more and more. But on the other hand, I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. I liked it. So I don't know, man. Danny was first. She gets the first happy dance of the day. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Awesome. Good to see you here. Let's see. Who is next? Melissa in the house. What's up, Melissa? Great to see you. Always good to have you. Lord KJW in the house. Good morning, Hez. Hashtag Rise and Shine with Hezekiah. You know it. Let's see. What do we got? Lord KJW. Terry Barnes. Good morning, friends. Hashtag Rise and Shine with Hezekiah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Lord KJW. Danny. Grandpa's in the house. Good morning, Hez and Chad. All right. Smiles and peace and thumbs up and love and kisses from California. All right. Beautiful. Danny, Terry Barnes, Cliff Hickson in the house. Good day, all. Be in and out for a couple hours due to the big football game on tonight. Ooh, there's a big football game on tonight. For real? Is it like Arena League or something, or is it preseason for the NFL or what? Or are you? Oh, wait a minute. Are you one of those people who aren't American, and when you say football, you actually mean football? Anyway, never mind. Look, KJW, what's up? Frauditor Follies. There's a music channel I want to suggest since you're into music. It's called Munich Productions. The guy does music remakes, the same lyrics to old pop music. I think I've seen pages that do that. I don't know if it's the same one. I will definitely check it out, though. I like that kind of stuff. Let's see. Like, what if AC/DC wrote Funky Town is sort of thing? Yeah, I've seen those types of videos, but I don't know if that's the same one. Terry Barnes, Danny, P. Barnes, the second is in the house. He said, "Good morning, everybody. Good morning, P. Barnes, the second. Good to see you." Let's see, Cliff Hickson. Vestige of peace. What's up? Good morning and big hugs. Love you. Love you too. All right. That's what I love is starting the day with hugs for everybody, dagnabbit. It's always good to start your day with a hug. That'll put you in a good mood and ready to take on the day, starting your day with a hug. Greg Jonick, good morning. All right. Good to see you. Carl's Order of the Squirrels. He's first. Not. Melissa for $2. She loves the Hezekiah Rash family. Yes. Speaking of which, look, I finally got the shipment that I've been waiting for some of the stuff. It's a lot of little things, but stuff that I'm going to throw into the prize packages for this month, just, so that everybody who wins something gets, like, for example, I got my Rash pen. and it writes, it's a pen, man. And it's got the Rash hashtag on it. And this is what I was really excited about. I finally got myself some business cards. Look at this. Hezekiah, the Frauditor Destroyer. It's kind of out of focus, but Rise and Shine with Hezekiah live Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Saturday Night Snafu every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Hashtag Rash. And then on the back, the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel, youtube.com/Frauditor Follies. So I got business cards now I can hand out. And I'll from now on, anytime somebody wins anything on the raffles, I'll stick one of these in with your prize. So that'll be fun. I don't know, just a little something extra I figured to throw in with the prize packages. So that everybody gets their a little bit of the Hezekiah merchandise over by there. Anyway, love you too, Melissa. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so very much. Greg Jonick in the house. What's up, Greg? Ray Ray's in the house. What's up? Good morning, everyone. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. P. Barnes, Terry Barnes, Society Red. What's up? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Ian Smith. Good morning, all. Hey, what's up? Let's see. Greg Jonick, Ray, Danny. Frauditor Wrangler's here. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Wrangler. Good to see you as always. Let's see, Christopher O'Connor. I hope this is a no BSBT zone. The Thompson views got too much oxygen yesterday. Oh yeah, that was I was gonna start today's show though with after K because Kfar was here yesterday, but afterwards he went and he posted his own video about it. So I did kind of want to start by seeing his, you know, perspective of it, what he ended up doing with it. Because that's awesome. The like button loves you. Um Christopher O'Connor, morning vestige of peace. Let's see. Night Wolf is here. What's up? Hello, and Miss Mandy 777 in the house. Hey, good morning to you. All right, welcome. Great to see you, Ray Ray. Maserati 5000 GT. Good morning, everybody. That's right. Oh yeah, I love you guys. Edie Marie in the house. Good morning. Rash, Hezokuai, Voodoo. Yes. Oh yes, we got it all. We're ready to go. Oh wait a minute. There's an actual Diane. I'd point and laugh. What's he gonna do? um, let's see. Who else we got here? Dad farted. What's up? Good morning and hugs to everybody. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Let's see. Christopher O'Connor, Vestige of Peace, P. Barnes. Scott Ammo in the house. What's up, Scott? Good morning, Hezekiah and pals. Good morning to you too. Let's see. Oh, my producer, the one and only, the beautiful and wonderful, fantastic Salacious is here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, always, always, always show your love for Salacious. You guys have no idea, especially for the people in here who aren't creators and just watch the show. You have no idea what kind of work goes into doing a live show 6 days a week. And Salacious helps so much. She does so much work behind the scenes. It's mind-boggling. I know if she's still here, I know Miss Mandy knows what I'm talking about because she produces some people's shows so that are bigger than this one. So, but yeah, there's a lot to it, man. So show your love and support for Salacious, everybody. Message of Peace, P. Barnes, Edie Marie, okay, JW, Denny. Griffey, oh wow, what shenanigans can we get up to today? Oh, it's gonna be shenanigating like you wouldn't believe. Oh, Mama Jama. Let's see, we got Flower Power in the house. Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning to you too. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Salacious, P. Barnes, Terry Barnes, Edie Marie, Griffey, Greg Jonick, Highway Star. Yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Highway Star's on his way back home. He's been on vacation, but he's ready for a long drive. He's got his bread 8 tracks. He's going to listen to some bread while he's driving home, his favorite band. At least that's what News Now Voodoo told me. He said your favorite song is If. If a picture paints 1,000. Oh, wait. I have to sing it in I'll let him do it.
If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? The words will never show that you have come to know.
That'll teach him, the little turd bomber. All right. Anyway, welcome to the show. Let's see what else we got. Danny P. Barnes, Little Chihuahua Big World. What's up? All right. Not feeling good at all. I hope you feel better. I hope me smacking Voodoo after making fun of your husband there, or significant. What? After making fun of Highway Star, I don't know if the fact that Highway Star and Little Chihuahua are together is supposed to be a secret. So that's why I was like, wait, what? What did I just say? But anyway, yeah. He's teasing. I'm having fun with you guys. We all know what's up. Mark Rules, how's it going? Afternoon, y'all. Belgium calling in. That's right. You gotta love those Flemish Flanderses and People from Belgium, and their waffles. They got the best damn waffles on the planet, and their sprouts are pretty good too. You know, I actually like sprouts on but those are alfalfa sprouts. Never mind. All right. If I meet Chili, I'd pretend not to know him, and it would kill his ego. Excuse me. I see you say constitutional law scholar on your shirt. Where did you get that from? Oh, it's my shirt. Oh, who are you? I'm Delete Laws. Never heard of you. Colrack's in the house. What's up, Colrack? Brian Showman, good to see you. Let's see. Andre Hoyer, all right. Hello, my fellow humans. Yes, there are some of those. By the way, did we have some gifted memberships earlier? All right. All right, okay. What? Where's our little friend who traded his kindness to suck up to BSBT? What? Was I sucking up to him? I thought I was tearing him to shreds. Accurate Outrage, good morning. All right, good to see you. Let's see, Maserati 5000, Highway Star, Vestige of Peace, Lunar Nights. Who did I miss? Archangel's here, what's up? You having surgery this morning? Oh, well, let's give you a happy dance for good luck and hope everything turns out okay. All right, go in there with a good mood. Yes. Positive attitude. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to keep things positive. Ooh, start our mornings out with the screaming shout. Making fun of Butterbrain Douche News. Jack Wagon Butterbrain Douche News. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Can you hear the thunder? Snafu the Great's in the house. What's up? Hilariously deadpan. I hate you so much, Hezokuai. I should be sleeping, but I'm wired on bad coffee just to watch you. Yes, I love it. Thank you so much, Snafu. I appreciate it. Nightwolf, what's up? Garth Nader, what's up? Archangel says that Archangel liked The Flash. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. See, that's another reason, because again, I'm trying not to give away anything too much, as far as spoilers, because I think the less you know about it, the better. But I think the whole reference to something. See, there's so many references, but that's why I keep saying I'm on the fence with The Flash, because the thing that I hate is the way that Hollywood is doing all of these, like I say, all these member berries, just all these references to movies that you liked when you were a kid. But at the same time, those are my favorite parts of this movie. I love this old stuff. It's so good. And there's so many inside jokes and oh man. But I think the main reason why I can say that I like The Flash is because there is a legitimate arc. There's a legitimate character arc in the story for Barry. And he's the main character, so that's what really matters. And there's a character arc for other characters as well. So the whole thing, it all comes together nicely in the end. I liked it. Link 219. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Link. Don't forget to put together your Triforce, man. Let's see. Snafu the Great. Salacious. Maserati 5000. Sorcerer Red Hair. All right. Awesome. iKiss is in the house. What's up, iKiss? Great to see you. All right. Sunshine Love. All right. Love in the mornings. Graham from the Graham and Bob Show. Now Marvel is better. I didn't say Marvel versus DC. I'm talking about one particular film that I enjoyed, man. Come on now. It's weird how when I was a kid, DC movies were great with Batman, Superman, and Marvel movies were like that lame Captain America movie where he's on the motorcycle, or that lame, Spider-Man TV show where he's wearing a loose-fitting suit and throwing nets at people, and those are his webs. So like in the old days, DC dominated the movies and Marvel movies were crap. And then, like, in the 21st century so far, other than the Batman movies, obviously, Batman's always good. You can't help it unless you're that bad. Like, there's so much incredible material. Just going back and looking at the source material, the Batman comic books, there's so much great stuff. So many adult-oriented stories that were written over the years. Like, it's hard to screw up Batman. It's been done. But anyway, other than the Batman movies, the Marvel movies have been the dominant ones lately. So it's weird. Um, so let's see what else we got. We got Kulrak, Highway Star, Greg Jonik, Silvio's in the house. What's up? Morning. Oh yeah, he's already drinking beers and is seeing Santa Claus. It ain't even December yet. Woo! He's having a good time. All right. I didn't catch what if my did Highway Star ever even respond to Bread? LaDonna Rogers, what's up? Good morning, everyone. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Night Wolf, Danny. Oh, yep, Danny's talking about football too now. There you go. Let's see. Jammin' Jets in the house. What's up? Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Jammin' Jet, LaDonna Rogers. What's up? Roisin in the house. What's up, Roisin? Good to see ya. The Church of POS. That's right. Good to see ya. Love the name. And Anna's in the house. What's up? So I was just coming back from a doctor's appointment with Dad. Someone has been awesome and gifted me a sub. Thank you much. Thank you for the gifted subs. All right. That was half-assed. Let's do it right. All right. Yes, I love you guys and your support for each other. Ow. And the channel. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. RK, what's up? Good morning, Hez. Good morning, RK. Good to see ya. Let's see who else is here. Katie Zed, my guest on this Saturday show is going to be Katie Zed. Katie Zed, good to see ya. Let's see. Captain Happy. Who else? Who else? Come on. Who am I missing? I know. Zerzu Zyquid, what's up? Good morning. I'm not late. I'm first. Yeah. The first to say, no, you're not the first to say you're first. That wasn't actually. Oh, wait a minute. Highway Star. Oh. See, this is why, for those of you who have no idea what he's talking about, this is why I love messing with Highway Star. Because last week, I was giving him a hard time with the voodoo doll, and the voodoo doll said,
Honey, I missed you, but I'm feeling good. I wish I would kiss you if only I could.
and look at that. He knew exactly what I was talking about. He knew it. He knows the song. He knows his music. He knows what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Jersey Fool, what's up? Please don't encourage that doll thing. Oh, here's the thing about the doll thing. For anyone who's like relatively new to the channel and don't get it, because I have had some people contact me and be like, "Oh, what's with that doll?" And like, but it just makes me want to do it more because I had people like Easy Cameras on saying, "Oh, all you do is play with a doll. That's stupid," which just makes me want to do it more just to shove it up his ass. But the reality is, the whole point behind the doll originally was he's a frauditor. He's got the camera, he's got the fake press patch, he's got the tiny black little heart handcuffs, the shoes are untied, he's too dumb to tie his own shoes, he's got rotten teeth. He's a frauditor, a typical frauditor. So when you get mad at the frauditors and you wish that you were watching a video of them getting tased, tase him. I got my little taser. So you tase him and then you feel better, get some of the stress out. You know, you can't go actually get the frauditors, so you get him instead. It's fun, dang nabbit. We have fun with it. Highway Star, Susie Zequin. Archie? Do you mean Archie like Archie from, like All in the Family, or do you mean Archie like Sugar, ba bum 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 bum. Oh, honey, honey, bum 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 bum. You are my highway star for $5. Oh, he gets a taste just for that. Talking about Bob's and Girls, Berlin Honey again. Here we
go. Oh, dagnabbit! Dagnabbit, I knew you were gonna do that to me! That's why it's... Oh! Oh!
Thank you for the $5 highway star. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh yes, RK. Unfortunately, there's already a lot of people are upset about the movie The Flash, not because of the movie, but because the actor who plays the Flash turns out is a bit of a creepazoid. So a lot of people are. Well, you couldn't tell from the going to the theater I was in yesterday because it was on like every screen and they were all sold out and there was a line around the block to get in. But apparently there are people who are not seeing the movie just because they don't like the fact that they found out that the actor who plays Flash is a creep. But there are certain other actors in the movie that people are dying to look at again in specific roles. So I'm in Florida. All right. Well, here's your Floridian happy dance. It's hot. Yes, I'm in Florida. Are you anywhere near Tampa? I could get you a signed copy of my book. Let's see, Archangel. In fact, wait, Roisin, don't you already have? I don't remember. I think I got you a copy before, like a long time ago. Church of POS, RKJW, Nightwolf, what's up? Garthinator, Rada Wrangler, Accurate Outrage. Texas Tim, all right, good to see you. Let's see, Salacious, holding my groin. Oh, there he is. All right. Now we just about got everybody. We're getting ready to get this started parted. Yeah. I didn't say all Batman movies are good. I said that in general, when it comes to superhero movies, when it was at the time that Marvel became the dominant force in superhero movies, there were still good Batman movies coming out during that period. But we all know that, the whole Tim Burton Batman thing started falling apart the further and further away it got from Tim Burton and Mr. Awesome Beetlejuice. Luna Knights, what's up? Who else is here today that I haven't said hello to yet? Oh no, not this guy, the forgiving Jerry. Good morning, everyone. I'll be in the back until I get a link. You dirty bird. I want to be on your show, Ricky. Let's see. William Grabber's in the house. What's up? Parson 1122. What's up? Can I get my Kindle copy of your book signed? How? Print it out. Email me the printout. I'll sign the printout. Let's see. Melissa says, we like Hez. Thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of which, hello, everybody, and welcome to Hump Day on the Hezokuai Frauditor Follies YouTube channel on this beautiful Wednesday morning, June 21st, 2023. And like I said earlier, I want to start out the show by kind of, oh, wait a minute. Look, what is this? Michael Keaton Batman was my first DC movie that I watched in a movie theater, but I grew up watching Christopher Reeve and Linda Carter as Superman and Wonder Woman. You might like Flash then, because it references almost all of that. Almost. Good stuff. Linda Carter as Wonder Woman when I was a kid, big time, always on TV. That show, The Hulk, obviously with Bill Bixby, that was another big one when I was a kid. Always fun times watching that stuff. Anyway, so like I said yesterday, obviously the channel was dominated by the broken system, broken trust thing. So I don't want to like harp on that too much because that's already be done. Did it yesterday? Oh no. First, please, what you're showing. Warning first that you're showing so I can turn off the volume. We like Hez, but we love Salacious. That's right. I agree. Anyway, I see Hez saw the Flash. Yeah, I saw Flash last night. It was awesome. Adam West is the only Batman. Loved Adam West, man. Batman forever. Anyway, Anastasia's in the house. What's up? Like I say, I don't want to get too much back into the BSBT thing, but since we covered it yesterday and KFAR was here yesterday talking about it, he posted his own video about it afterwards. So I want to see his take on it, especially after having a conversation with him about it. So I figured we'd check that out together. So let me go ahead and start the show with that video from the one and only KFAR. Because KFAR's awesome. And don't ever say he's not, because he is. And don't forget to like and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. All right, I'm done.
Back again, once again. So today we're going to take a gander at a sovereign citizen in court. I believe I found this audio on a page called Broken System, Broken Trust. Don't know who that is. He doesn't seem to be the brightest human. I'm going to throw myself up in the corner. I was going to suit it up like earlier, but yeah, that's too much work. So we're just going to roll with this. It's just going to be the audio. I'll pop in when I need to pop in. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Edward, if you want to watch an Evil Dead movie, here's what you do. Watch Ash versus Evil Dead, the TV show, instead. Evil Dead Rise has some... It's very well directed. Like, I'm talking about like camera angle wise and lenses choices wise, kind of a thing. But I don't care. So I'll just say straight up, because I was just talking about how I generally hate member berries in movies, and they're all doing it now. Like, that's just the thing. In Flash, it works. Well, in Evil Dead Rise, when the lady finds the chainsaw, because Ash had a chainsaw, she's in a parking garage. Absolutely no logical reason why a random chainsaw would just be sitting in the middle of a parking garage. Who cares? Remember when Ash had a chainsaw? Well, now she got one. I'm not telling you don't watch it, because there is some cool looking stuff. Like I said, there's some cool visuals in it. But the movie itself is... All right. I'm sorry. It's just I had to say that because I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and Ash versus Evil Dead, the TV series, the whole series. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everything else with Evil Dead on it is just trying to make money off of those things. That's all.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, on the Motorola. What's your name?
Joshua Lanto. Are we live streaming this morning?
We are. Hang on.
Okay, I'm live
The
streaming
best
as well.
Evil
so
Dead
just
game
for
is
record.
the one where Bruce Campbell actually
Live
does the
streaming
voice
what?
of Ash in the game. That
the
one's
proceedings.
awesome.
Why?
Well, you're live streaming it, so somebody's going to screen record it anyways. This way I have more accurate audio on my end.
Shut up, Artie. No one cares.
Well, I'm just telling you that there's a rule from the Supreme Court that says that there's no recording of
Would
court
you like me to end my live stream?
I would, just so, because I wouldn't want you to be violating anything from the Supreme Court, and then all of a sudden they send you something, and that's why I have a record, and my record is not edited, it is pure, it's not altered or changed or anything else, so.
So then what is the objection and why do I have to end my live stream then? I'm just trying to be fair about this.
Then you know what, we'll just set this up for an in-person then, how about that?
So
I'm just trying to be,
I'm
I'm just trying to be accommodating, but the thing is, I'm telling you, you can't record court proceedings. It's not my rule. I
Right.
make the rule. It's not my rule.
The in-person
It's not my
thing.
rule. It's not my rule.
Okay. Well, the in-person thing kind of sounds like a threat, you know, we'll make you come in here or we'll cause you
No.
to.
All right, so that was no threat. We all acknowledge that that was not a threat. To my knowledge, the 23rd District Court in the great city of Taylor, Michigan, the courthouse is open. This whole Zoom thing that they're doing is for everyone's convenience. They could easily just say, yeah, everyone come in. But for convenience sake, they're letting people still use Zoom, even though they're open. So Josh, it's not a threat. He's just saying, hey, this is a convenience for you. If you are going to use it improperly, we'll just have you come down in person, which you would probably be arrested because you have 2 active warrants in a city in the county next to this one. So it's probably not going to be a fun time if you go in.
This makes it, it just means that by Zoom, it's harder to see. Like, I don't know if you're being coached on 3 different occasions. You've already looked over to the side. I don't know if someone's giving you answers or someone's holding up a sign for you. I need to make sure that all testimony is accurate. I have to also make sure that it's not being perjured or coming from some other source. So when people keep looking over to the side before they answer or talk, that kind of move, it makes me wonder if someone's like coaching them, or because a lot of times I have that where people are doing that and then I set it for in person. So if I even
Okay.
remotely think, the only reason I do this by Zoom is just make it convenient for people so they don't have to drive all the way down here. But there is a reason I
Okay,
have
so
a court. There is a reason.
All right, IKISS, let me know if you get this. This is Chuck reminding Bill to shut up. Bill to shut up. Bill to shut up. Hey, you see those cops next to us? I got these tinted windows on my car. Look, I could give them the finger, and they don't even see me. I can see them. They can't see me. It's great. Night shift, baby. Sorry.
Reason our
Are
founding
you
fathers,
asking me to?
there is a reason our founding fathers set up the courtrooms to be open to the public, so that way there was nothing nefarious going on during those proceedings, and I agree with that.
I can assure you nothing nefarious is going on. But if so, you're not asking me to end the live stream. You're telling me and ordering me to end the live stream, correct?
Listen, I'm not going to play semantic games with you. All I'm telling you is that I would prefer that you obey the Supreme Court's rule that there is no outside recording of court proceedings. If you are doing that, I'm just telling you that it's against the rules. If you continue to do that, then that's obviously a choice that you've made. That's all I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
who would charge me with that at the Supreme Court level?
Well, you know what? I don't answer for, nor do I speak for them. They can just, they have contempt powers just like anybody, any other court. So.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'd be perfectly willing to take the risk of live streaming and then having contempt come down from the Supreme Court.
I'm not giving you any command one way or the other. All I'm telling you is that it's not allowed, and if you continue to do it, then you do so at your own decision.
Okay, as long as you're not going to issue contempt for it, that's fine. You know, because you're in control of your courtroom. You know, you have a duty.
Well, one would think that would be true. But that's why we're live streaming. I don't need to be live streaming. My courtroom is open to the public. But for an order that was signed by my chief judge, that's the only reason that I'm even live streaming, because we're open to the public. There's no need to.
Yeah, and that was another thing that I wanted to clarify, because you said there's no recording in courts of law at another proceeding, and then somebody actually recorded it and they published it. So wouldn't that be contempt of court right there? So if they're not going to be held in contempt, I don't think I would be charged with contempt, right?
Well, first off, my mother always said, if all your friends are jumping off a bridge, and you're just gonna jump off a bridge, doesn't mean make it right. I
So
don't
did
know
that
who,
person-
I don't know who
so did-
recorded, listen, I
His
don't know
name
who
is Kevin
recorded what.
Farrar. His name is
You know what, I'm
Hayford.
gonna put you in the waiting room, because I have other cases I have to deal with, and you're being argumentative. So, this is, Joshua Lantos. All right, is it Mr. Lanto?
Yes.
All right, let me just, I'm gonna put you in with the check-in clerk in a moment. I do have a court-appointed attorney for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to take them or not.
Well, I'm just,
Now, I know I talked about this yesterday live when it happened, but I gotta mention it again. It's like, hey, how is that? And I've seen that argument from a lot of these guys. I mean, a lot, especially the sovereigns, and this is one of the reasons why, because everyone on that side will always make the argument that people on our side are just like, we're just like these bloodthirsty lunatics that want to see these guys get locked up in cages and tased and have all these horrible things happen to them. And we're so vicious. And it's like, no, you guys are the ones that are vicious. But here's the problem. What they're talking about, and because they don't understand, because they can't, because they're idiots, or they wouldn't think frauditing was a good idea in the first place if they weren't an idiot. Ugh. The problem is that they don't understand, or they refuse to even try to understand where we're coming from, where I'm coming from. Okay. The support with the police, the support with wanting to see these guys get arrested more, wanting to see these guys get trespassed more, wanting to see the cops and the judges and people put the hammer down on these guys once and for all, is because, hey, I saw a guy get pulled over and the cop let him out with a warning. So if he can drive without a license plate, then everyone should be able to. The cop let him go. He didn't have his license. So then why should anyone have a license if they're letting people go without one? Well, they let other people have posted videos of them recording in court, so I should be able to too, right? Like, you give any one of these guys even the slightest teeny little itty bitty bit of, leeway for anything, and they jump all over it. Give them an inch, they take 10 miles. Screw that, 14,000. It's insane. Like, you can't give them even a tiny, tiny little bit of leeway, because if you do, they're going to use that against you for the rest of their life. Douchebags, douche canoes, bungholes, douchebags, great big douche canoes, all the frauding day, frauditors all night, frauditors all day, a bunch of old big old jack wagons got somebody douche on canoe. All righty.
just telling you, under the MIDC program, everybody gets a court-appointed attorney. If you choose not to go with the court-appointed attorney, well, you have a constitutional right to do so. I'm just letting you know that. I'm just letting you know that I'm just affording you the opportunity to talk with them. All right.
Yeah, because the last time I had the public defender, they didn't give me.
Sir, I just want to let you know, you have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. So I don't really, not that I don't want to chit chat with you, but you might say something inadvertently that might step
Well,
on
I
your
know.
own.
Oh no, I know what I'm going to say. And the last public
No,
defender
I know. I'm just advising you of that right, sir. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, I appreciate you advising me of that, right? But the last public defender, anytime I asked for discovery or anytime I asked for a witness list or to go over opening arguments, there was no communication whatsoever. So, you know, I need to know who the witnesses are against me, because I did ask the last the last public defender for evidence of jurisdiction as well, which we have to cover that as well before we go forward to pre-trials and settlement conferences and all that stuff. We have to get the jurisdiction issue settled. Because if there's no witness on the other side and it's just state agents,
Idiot
there's
sandwich.
going to be a lack of corpus delicti. And we both know that. You know, we both have enough legal knowledge to know that. We don't need to pretend like we don't know that. So if you want to put
Sir, I don't know what your legal knowledge is, so I'm not gonna agree to that statement because I don't know. I've never seen a degree, or I don't know what you know.
Well, unless the court's in
it would be presumptuous. It would be presumptuous of me to say that you do or don't know anything because I don't know what you know.
Well,
So
if the courts in Wayne County, Michigan operate different than Oakland County, Michigan, let me know, please, what the distinction is. But in Oakland County, Michigan, they need to have factual evidence of jurisdiction. If the case down in Wayne, then
I do as well. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that jurisdiction is one of the elements. I'm just saying, I don't know. You made the statement that we both know, and all I know is I know what I know, but I don't know what you know.
I'll be happy admitting I was guilty if they can provide the factual evidence of jurisdiction. I will be happy to plead guilty today, except the maximum punishment possible, just to be done with this today. If they can provide the factual evidence of jurisdiction.
Okay. Well, like I said, you have a right to remain silent, and I don't want you to step on your own toes, so to speak, because some people end up doing that and don't mean to. So I'm just letting you know that you have a right to remain silent. I do have a court-appointed attorney. Available for you to speak with first, and then you can proceed any which way you'd like from there, sir. All right.
Okay.
So
anyway, I want to
make sure we have all your contact information.
We all know nothing happened.
We
watched this whole thing live yesterday. So I'm fast forwarding a bit to get to KFAR's commentary.
Well, guys, that was a sovereign citizen in court. I have a little snippet at the end for you guys that I think you'll enjoy. Let's break this down for a second. Jurisdiction in his chat. His live stream's still up. An actual attorney was correcting him at every turn. And instead of saying, dang, you're correct, he said, well, basically this one guy on the internet whose script hasn't ever worked, I'm going to take his word for it instead of yours, which kind of was ridiculous. The corpus delicti thing, I think I made it very clear in the video. It's the body of evidence to show the crime, not a physical body. So, Josh, you're wrong, sport. Second, the good old Tharetha Lynn was in his live stream talking nonsense like always and providing zero proof of anything she says because she's already been debunked, so she doesn't want to do that anymore. Yeah, that's the video. I was name dropped, which I guess puts me in Artie's corporate fiction territory for being name dropped by a sovereign citizen in court. Funny story, was actually this exact same sovereign citizen. That's the video. Stay tuned for the end. You'll get a kick out of it. I'll update you when the court updates its system on when his next court date is. More than likely, he's going to try to ditch or dodge giving the address so that they can't actually locate him so that he can claim, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. Anywho, that's the video. Have a good day. Peace.
All right.
You don't have the right to tell him when your hearing is. How dare you question my authority? How dare you question any of them judges? You dirty scumbag, you! How dare you challenge any of the laws we've enacted in our area and our society?
Yeah. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. BSBT is as dumb as they come. Yeah. Who's this sock account of? I've seen this before because I remember that face because somebody was asking if that was like somebody stole Miranda's face and put it on there. It's funny that the people who blindly follow whatever frauditors say, yes, be rude, yes, cops bad, yes, call us sheep. Like you're just a mindless follower of people who have no idea what they're talking about, telling you pseudo law and gobbledygook and nonsense, and you're the sheep because you follow them. Everything they say is a made up, nonsensical conspiracy theory, insane, stupid lie, and you support it. You're the sheep. They're the tyrants. The frauditors are the tyrants. Because if you don't like being filmed, screw you! I have the right to film you! And if they walk into a building full of we the people, right? Like at the DMV, for example, or a post office or whatever, library, and there's people in there, the public servants were hired by that building to serve the public, the customers that are in the building. But when a frauditor walks in the building, the people who are servants that were hired to serve the people, right? The people, like, i.e., the people that are there to do business, they have to stop serving them. The public servants have to stop being public servants and focus on serving the frauditor first. Make the frauditor happy, even though he's not even a freaking customer. He's just there to film. So forget being a public servant and serve only the frauditor. The frauditor's the tyrant. They want everyone to bend over backwards to serve them. They want everyone to lick their boots. You guys are the sheep because you follow the tyrannical frauditors. How do you not? I don't understand how you idiots who support frauditors don't see that. You don't want to be filmed, you get pepper sprayed for it. Who's the tyrant? Cop comes up, can I see your ID? No. Then the cop leaves, walk of shame. Who's the tyrant? The cop didn't do nothing, anything. How many thousands of ID refusal videos are there? Every single ID refusal video is a video of a cop not doing anything tyrannical. They didn't beat the guy into a coma for not giving his ID. If it's an ID refusal video, they didn't force them to give their ID against their will. If the video ends without them giving ID, what's up, Zippy? Then what did they do that was so horrible and tyrannical and evil? The only person who I saw engaging in any form of tyranny was the frauditor, telling everybody what to do, barking orders at people, and if you don't follow the frauditor's directives, you gotta get pepper sprayed. Or now they're starting to just beat people up. Easy cameras on, knocking out women. Eli bloodying up that army dude. Freaking media beating up that teenager after creeping on those college-age girls. College-age kid, probably in his early 20s. So for somebody to come in here and say that we're the sheep, damn, you're stupid. You don't understand your own world. You have no idea what you're thinking about, if you even are thinking. Oh my goodness. Rue Maximilian, good morning, Hez and the rest of the Rash crew from the left coast. The Saturday show is great, but Rash will always have the greatest fans in the world. Yes, you guys are the greatest fans in the world, and I love you all. And not only do I say I have the greatest fans in the world, I have physical evidence to prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, that painting on the wall right there was painted by my fan, Judy Johansson. And right under the painting is a shirt that's a Little Chihuahua Big World shirt that was given to me by Little Chihuahua Big World. That shirt was a gift from my fan, Debo's Nation. That shirt was a gift from my fan, Frauditor Troll. That hat right there, that's a Kit Kat. I keep thinking it sounds like I'm saying Kit Kat, like the candy Kit Kat. Kick, keeping it criminal. Kick, that's a Kick hat from my fan, Kick. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And then you can't really see it from here. I'm going to have to change it. But right there, that's a hat. That is a Welsh News Network hat. And because we always have our coffee in the morning, I also have a Welsh News Network cup, a coffee mug. Also, A gift from my fan, Welsh News Network. But ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, I got more fans. Wonderful, fantastic fans. I got this coffee mug from my fan, News Now Enemy. But wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. This hacky sack was handmade, hand crocheted by my fan Leland's Squirrels. Even our resident troll, the man everyone loves to hate, David Perillo Jr., even he sent me a gift. He sent me this upside down. He sent me this Grateful Dead sticker. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the best fans in the world. And to prove it once and for all, in case anyone didn't believe me, my producer, the one and only Salacious, handmade this voodoo doll. He's got rotten teeth. He's got the camera because he's a frauditor. He's got the fake press pass right there. Tiny black little heart, handcuffs, untied shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, handmade by Salacious. And all the plastic bits were 3D printed by her son. Awesome stuff. Look at the detail on there. You can see the little cameras on there and everything. The handcuffs with the, there you go. Stupid, the press badge is getting in the way of the handcuff. To show the detail on the handcuff, look at that. That's awesome stuff, man. I got the best fans in the world. Best fans in the world. Best fans in the world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What condition my condition was in. All right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What condition my condition was in. Where's the other cuff? It's right here, Salacious. It's right here. I've realized, okay, just so everyone knows, because I don't want anyone to get the idea that there's something wrong with Salacious's design. No, this is great. The problem is when I tase him, I shake him so violently that sometimes the cuff falls off. So I just keep it on the side when I'm on the air in case I'm going to be shaking him. You know, that way it doesn't just fly off again. Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill Stupidity for $2. Just shut up and make me a bowl of oatmeal, you jerk. Here's your happy dance, buddy. All right, thank you. All right, Florida Jim, let me tell you something. A rabbi, a priest, a Catholic priest, a rabbi, and an atheist walk into a bar. I know, because they told me. Oh, no, all right. Two guys walk into a bar. The third guy ducks. Why are there giraffes? Because a long time ago, Chuck Norris uppercutted a horse. All right, Florida Jim, check it out. Look, see, everybody loves you. We all love each other. That's why we're the best people. I got the best fans. Seriously, I love you guys. This idiot is still asking for oatmeal. We want oatmeal, you jerk. Uncle Artie. I don't even want to get into what happened last time I ordered something to eat in your restaurant, so don't even start. Everyone is great except David. He's like a bug you can't please. Come on now. It was weird the way he was trolling. David was trolling yesterday in BSBT's chat and my chat at the same time. Fun times. Amazing. Wonderful. Anyway, let's get into the next video I wanted to show. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to show this new video by the one, the only, the legendary Dummy Krueger. All right. We all love a good Dummy Krueger video. So let's go ahead and see what he's up to now. Talking about two of my favorite people that I love to hate. Freaking media. Boo to freaking media. No, don't talk to me about freaking. I don't want to hear about them. No. Yeah, that's what we think about freaking. He's no good, man. That guy, he's something else. Especially since, like I said, I think it was like a week or two ago, he was creeping on those college girls, and then some dude came out to stand up for the girls, and he ended up beating the guy up. What a scum sucking punk bee hutch. That's where I keep my bees, in a hutch, in a bee hutch. Ah! I was surprised how much swearing there was in The Flash. I mean, they even dropped F-bombs in that movie. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be a little more kid-friendly than that, but whatever. Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill Stupidity for $5. See, you made you made Florida Jim upset. You gave him dry oatmeal. What? You love soggy cereal? You put ketchup on your eggs? Play my commercial. What the hell is your problem? There's your happy dance anyway. All right. Oh, you think that your commercial will cheer up Florida Jim? I don't know, man. I refuse to take antidepressants. Well, you don't need antidepressants. You need me to stab the shit out of this voodoo doll.
Wait, no, that's not gonna cheer anybody up. Not watching me get hurt, right? Ouch! What?
No, Uncle Artie, I don't hate you all, and I don't yell at you all. Just you! Friggin' idiot is definitely something else. You should have gotten a court date in front of Judge Simpson for that assault. Yes. Why do you chill my free speech sheep? Oh, did you hear anything that I said at all? Probably not, because none of you guys ever listen to anything anyone says. You just, like sheep, follow the words of your master tyrant frauditors. Whatever they say, oh yes, I do what you say, Mr. Frauditor. You're the ones who follow directives. You're the ones who lick boots. You're the ones who follow the frauditors like they're gods. You're the sheep. That's so silly that you would say that. It's funny to me. Like, it really is, because the irony of like all of the things that you idiots blame us for doing are the things that you guys do. It's all projection. It's insane. But again, if you want to go, and lick frauditors' boots and follow their directives and follow their commands because they're the real tyrants, right? And like I said, but you know what? You didn't respond to anything I said because none of you guys ever do. See, that's the thing. People say, well, like you just said, well, how come you guys are shutting me down and this and that? Because none of you guys ever have anything to say. I sit here and made all of these points, and your response is, well, I got timed out. Well, why didn't you use that opportunity in between timeouts to answer something I said? See? There you go again. Did we hurt your feelings? I thought feelings didn't trump laws. Oh, poor baby. Well, yeah, just because there's a picture of a pretty girl from the nose down doesn't mean that, for all we know, Queen of the Dark Fiend is probably a sock account for Rogue Nation. Because Rogue Nation always says sup losers, and that was the first thing Queen said was sup losers. So it's probably George. Your frauditor friends deep throat the boot. But we're the sheep, yeah. It's just so funny. You know, the way that frauditors are always barking orders at people and then pepper spraying them if they don't follow their orders, and then have the audacity to refer to anyone else as a tyrant. That's insane to me. Anyway, let's get back to Dummy Krueger. Oh, wait, do I owe Uncle Artie a happy dance? All right, thank you. I'll play your stuff later, Artie. Relax, will ya? I'm gonna be here for like 2 more hours. I got time. I got plenty of time. You got to do a break in between the idiot videos. Stretch it out a little bit. Don't just top load the show with nothing but funny, and then the whole rest of the show is just serious stuff. You know, you're funny and then serious and then funny and then serious. I have a plan, man. I do watch my shows especially on Saturday. I map out my videos. I literally have my tabs open in order by serious video, comedy video, serious video, comedy video. I do that very much. I shouldn't probably be giving away all my secrets, right? Anyway, let's get back to it.
Welcome to the Dummy Krueger channel, everyone. In today's video, we are heading to Kalamazoo, Michigan to check in on Freakin' Media and Michigan Constitutional Crusader. I've never addressed these two individuals in my coverage because I find their, quote, activism difficult to tolerate. By activism, I'm referring to their behavior of thrusting cameras into local businesses' windows in an attempt to provoke a reaction, which often leads to these pseudo-tough individuals resorting to using pepper spray. This video, however, presents a unique scenario as these two individuals have now descended into the depths of becoming sovereign citizens, a topic that I find intriguing and enjoy covering. We're going to jump right into the middle of a video where these two are talking with an officer about their God-given rights to travel.
Okay. So I had made a traffic stop and he was a sovereign citizen.
Okay.
All right. Real quick. I'm sorry. Real quick. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show an Artie video because our good friend, a good friend of the channel, Florida Jim, is feeling bad and wants to see it. So we'll show it for Florida Jim. Florida Jim, this is for you. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Daily affirmations from your host, Chili Con Artist.
Blah blah blah. Do 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 do. Blah blah blah. Oh. Blah blah blah. Oh.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Uncle Artie's Bar Girl. That's the most recent one. Let's see. Oh, that's 10 minutes. Oh, those are the voodoo doll ones. Oh, look at what he's got here. Miss Mandy, Frauditor Follies, Frauditor Troll, Frauditor Reaper, Ironton, and Kick. Awesome stuff to start off your channel with there, Uncle Artie. 1.2K subscribers. Come on, guys. Let's do something about that. Let's fix that for Uncle Artie. For those of you who don't know or understand the situation, if you think, oh, you're always giving Uncle Artie a hard time and talking him down and stuff, he's a good friend of the channel, and Uncle Artie is a character, and his character is of this owner of this bar, and he's kind of a dipshit. But that's just it's all fun and games, man. It's all just a good time. We love each other. Love Uncle Artie. Love the channel. It's all good. Nothing but positivity and love over here. All the time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, Artie knows what's up. Thank you, Hezokuai, as much as I tease you. Thanks for helping cheer Florida Jim. That's what we're all about. Trying to make people happy. Have a good time. Have some fun in the morning. Start your day off right. Stinky Pants is a Michigan constipated crusader. Appear to be going soft sitter. Have adopted some of their beliefs. I hope they get their window smashed and be dragged out of their car by a dog. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah.
Oh, okay.
How did you handle that? I mean,
Like I said, same thing we talk to you guys. I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, Just
Right.
Like we just talked a little bit, kind of got his side, and eventually he gave me his information. I didn't write him a ticket or nothing like that.
First, notate the text on the screen reading, quote, "No, we are not sovereign citizens." These guys hate it when they are called sovereign citizens. That's why I enjoy using the tagline, "Don't you dare call me sovereign citizen, sovereign citizen." I'd imagine it has something to do with the fact that the FBI considers them domestic terrorists.
Well, there's Supreme Court case law and
law. Ladies and gentlemen, besides freaking media talking about Supreme Cake Course law, I have to acknowledge his $2 super chat from Uncle Artie, because not only is he telling me to tase voodoo, but he's buying an entry for Florida Jim into this month's raffle. All right, let's get to it. Love it, love it, love it. Here we go. All right, good times. Anytime you need a tasing, good times. Anytime you want to tase a jackwagon, good times. He thinks he'll hustle and hassle his muscle because he's a douche canoe frauditor. He's gonna get tased all the time. They're always getting laid off. Frauditors. They don't know how to keep a real job. Frauditors. And now I'm going to tase him. What the
hell are you talking about? I thought we were out having fun singing a song. Wait, you're going to kick it up a notch.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate the appreciation. If they don't want to be called sovereign citizens, they should stop having sovereign citizen beliefs. A racist doesn't need to be called a racist. See, this is the thing. Like, I always say this, like, because I was thinking about this yesterday, because BSBT, right? He hates being called a sovereign citizen. All these guys say they hate being called sovereign citizens. And here's the example I like to use. I try not to get too political or crazy with it. So here's the example I used. Cupcake dance time! Cupcake! It's time for your happy dance. Here you go, hon. Ole! All right. Yes, they hate being called sovereign citizens, but this is what I've said about that. What they do is the same thing as if, like, somebody was going around and all he ever talked about was how much he loves Jesus and how much we all should follow Jesus and like Jesus this, Jesus that, and Jesus the other thing. And then you say, oh, this guy's a Christian. And he goes, how dare you say that word to me? Don't you accuse me of being a Christian? What the hell? Why would you accuse me of being a Christian? What are you, nuts? Well, I mean, all you ever talk about is their philosophy. So excuse me for thinking you're one of them, when everything you say and every decision you make in your life is based on their ideas and their philosophy. So I'm going to do everything I do specifically based on the sovereign citizen philosophy of life, but don't call me a sovereign citizen. Why would you call me that? Because you are. Like, it doesn't matter if you define yourself as it, you are. Dummity-dums.
Or federal court case law that came out that says we have the right to drive on public roadways and not be forced to enter into a contract with the government for a driver's license, be forced to register our vehicles, or it's fairly new. Yeah, it's a
new law. It's a new law. It's fairly new. That's why you don't know about it, officer. Listen, here's another great thing that you guys need to understand as well. If you haven't seen this video yet, wait till you see who freaking media cites as his source. Wait till you see who freaking media cites as his source. It's freaking hilarious.
Right. Or be forced into financial responsibility, i.e. insurance. The government cannot force you into that. I can take my plate off my vehicle, take my driver's license back to the DMV, give them my driver's license back and tell them I want to void my contract with the state. I don't want your plates. Oh man, you know what? Write this down. There's a channel on YouTube called Here's the Deal.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. He just cited his expert. Here's the deal. What did I tell you guys 3 months ago? What did I tell you right here on this stream? 3 months ago. I said, here's the deal is like the freaking guru. You watch his live streams where he spouts off all this gobbledygook, and it's nonsensical gobbledygook, everything he says. But he says it all as gospel truth. And you look at his chat. If this was a Here's the Deal live stream right now, this chat room, his chat would be full of freaking media, Rogue Nation, Audit Them, Denver Metro Audits, all of them. Everyone you could name would be in there. If there's a guy who's the one that's pulling the strings now, it's Here's the Deal. He's the real master that all these guys bow to. He's the king of the tyrants. He's the most insane one, and he's the David Koresh. He's the one who's spreading his nonsense to all these idiots, and they're all buying it. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, here's the deal. You are correct of everything, sir. Here's the deal's a freaking lunatic. The guy's out of his mind, batshit insane. I've covered him a few times in some of my videos. He's nuts. You should check out Here's the Deal. He'll teach you. And here's another example of how and why these guys are so easy to, not only easy to debunk, but it's so frustrating because a lot of the things that they say and do. By the way, I haven't seen Unclean Hands in here, but he give me this. Oh man, it's so much better. I don't know if you guys could tell, but when I'm broadcasting live and I got my headphones on with my old microphone, I always had this like little crunch, like very faint, but it was enough that I heard it and it drove me nuts. No problems with this mic at all. Since I've been using it, beautiful. Sounds great. In my ears, anyway. I didn't miss the cupcake band dance, you douche canoe. She even came in here and said thank you. Trying to make me look bad to my cupcake. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Here's the Deal has everything. Who's this? Fat Foo Noodle? Oh. See? Here's the Deal does research. Yeah, but what good is research if you're not going to actually quote it properly or use it properly? Like, I could research in fact, Dummy Krueger's just about to show it, but I mean, the problem with the research you guys, people like Here's the Deal do, is that no, you're full of shit. Actually, because the video I made about Here's the Deal is specifically about how he says, does anyone know what's going on with this? I don't know. Oh, well, but no, he's not going to look into it. He's not going to find out. What he's going to do is he's going to take one paragraph or one sentence out of context from some pseudo-legal nonsense and state it as fact. That's not doing research. That's finding words and phrases that support your argument. If you actually read the entire case, you might learn something. But you guys can't because you're sheep. You follow whatever here's the deal says. You just proved it. You're calling us sheep, saying here's the deal actually does his research. In other words, you believe whatever he says. You're the sheep. You idiot. Holy crap. And then you wonder why we time you out? Because your words are gobbledygook nonsense. Nobody wants to hear it. Creighton Rabs for $5 because Artie dissed the cupcake dance. My entry so he doesn't win the raffle. All right. And here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. And that's actually perfect because that's what I was about to get into discussing is the fact that one of the reasons why it's so frustrating if you ever actually do have a conversation with one of these morons, these butterbrain jackwagon douche canoes, is that they'll take bits and pieces of things that are real, things that are legit. Lisa, what's up? Like what Frickin' just said. He's like, you know, you could go to the DMV and give them your license and your license plate and say, I don't want to have anything to do with this. And then it's like, yeah, you can. But just because you did that doesn't mean you're legally absolved from needing those things. Because you can walk. You can take a bus. You can take a train. You could have your friend drive you. You can call a cab. You can call an Uber. So yeah, you can take your driver's license and your license plate and all that and turn it in and tell them you're done with it. But that doesn't mean all of a sudden you don't need them to drive. Like they think, well, because technically, legally, I could give them the stuff back. That means I don't need the stuff. No, nobody needs the stuff because there are other methods of travel. If you decide, you know what, I'm just going to take the bus everywhere from now on. So I'm going to give away driver's license because I don't need it. Go ahead, do it. But the fact that you're allowed to do that now means that you're absolved from all laws? See, that's part of the problem, and that's what this idiot was just talking about. Well, he does research. Yes, because he finds one word or one sentence or one phrase, takes him out of context, and if you look up the law that they mentioned, that word or phrase will be in there. It's like the Poster 7 thing. You are allowed to film. See, it says you're allowed to film. It says you're allowed to film. But if you actually read it, it says you're allowed to film unless we tell you stop. They always forget the unless we tell you stop part. I know that's not an exact quote, you butterbrain douche canoes, but the majority of the people in here know what it actually says, and they've heard it 500,000 times. If you grow a pair and listen with your ears instead of with your, I don't know what you got down there, your butthole, you might actually learn something, but you don't want to learn. You want to be a sheep and follow the Frauditors because you love tyranny and you hate America. If you're a pro-frauditor, you love tyranny and you hate America. If you're a pro-frauditor, you love tyranny and you hate America. I'm going to say it again so you can clip it. If you are pro-auditing, then you hate America and you love tyranny. Okay, I should have said if you're pro-frauditing, you hate America and you love tyranny.
The second half of this video, we will be focusing on Here's the Deals video because that's where these two law scholars received all of their information as it pertains to this topic. It's worth noting that Freakin' Media asserts his knowledge of the, quote, right to travel based on watching a 20-minute video by another YouTuber. This highlights precisely why my channel is called Dummy Krueger, as it emphasizes the dangers of overestimating one's understanding based on limited or incorrect information. Despite receiving numerous comments in my comments section suggesting that my channel name is fitting due to the inclusion of the word dummy, I always find it rather amusing as the wordplay tends to elude them.
And he just done a great video on it with at least 3 or 4 different federal case rulings regarding the right what's called the right. We have the right to travel. Okay, we have the right to go travel up and down public roadways in our personal carriages, our personal vehicles. Because see, the way they word it with driver's license, transportation, and all that, you're falling under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Act.
I've heard that like it's considered like commercial or something.
It is. It's commercial. If you're, you have to have a license to drive a semi truck or even a van. If for like Panther, if you're using the roads for commerce, then you have to pay a road tax, a fuel tax, and a bunch of other fees to the government.
People that do Uber,
they have to have a driver's license because they're using the highways to make and roadways to make money. But if you're just traveling for personal purposes to the grocery store, to the park, or whatever, you're not required to have a registration, license, and insurance.
It is quite remarkable to witness the level of confidence he exudes in this subject solely based on a single 20-minute video. Claiming expertise in a field without fact-checking any information from Here's the Deal's video is exactly how these guys operate. It's a common tendency for individuals to embrace information they agree with and quickly consider it as fact. The confirmation bias can hinder critical thinking and objective analysis. Yet, ironically, they call me a sheep.
Look into it. Like I said, obviously, we're taught. You said it's federal.
It's federal case law and that trumps everything. That trumps everything, and then they're. I didn't get like balls deep in it with the case law.
Yeah, you don't say. All right, before we jump to Here's the Deal's video, I want to play one more quick clip that I found pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't even mess with Lansing because every interaction I've really had with Lansing, they've been phenomenal. Mine is getting arrested at the DMV for renewing my registration and daring record myself and not leave when the manager said leave. And then they found me guilty because my lawyer screwed that up.
The irony that he was arrested while attempting to register his vehicle at the DMV, even though he claims it's unnecessary, certainly isn't lost on me. Naturally, he blames his lawyer for the conviction, as these individuals excel at evading personal responsibility for their actions. Okay, now let's jump.
Okay, so real quick. Notice, once again, the way these butterbrain jackwagon douche canoes play word games. Their entire lives are based on word salad. I think that's part of the problem, too, is they get so used to playing these word games that they start to think in word games. Like, inside their heads 24/7. What did freaking media just say? I got arrested for trying to renew my registration. What? People don't get arrested for trying to renew their registration. That's not a thing. Oh, but wait, after that he goes, just because I wouldn't leave when they asked me to. Wait a minute. So let's go back. So wait a minute. I got arrested just for renewing my thing. Then he immediately changes it to end recording. And then he adds, and not leaving when they asked me to leave. And then I was convicted because my lawyer didn't do his job. Are you sure you weren't convicted because you didn't leave when they asked you to leave? You just said they arrested you for not leaving when they asked you to leave. That's a thing called trespassing. You ever heard of trespassing, you idiot? $10 for Maserati 5000 GT. Tastes the stuffing out of Stinky Pants and the Michigan Constipated Crusader. But have News Now Voodoo take their place. All right, Voodoo, you're going to take a beating for frickin' media and for Michigan Constitutional Crusader.
But I don't want it. Listen. Look, this sock account lady, dude, whatever it is awesome, and I love her, and I wish you guys would let her talk or him or it or whatever, because freaking media's a hero. He beat that kid up for no reason, and it was glorious. There's nothing better for a frauditor to do than to pepper spray or to beat up a random person for no reason. I love it! I love it! I love it!
All right. Found the jury that found you guilty, not the lawyer. They don't believe in trespassing. What's a sock account? Hashtag kick Jerry. All right. Oh, especially if it's a woman. Yeah, they love beating up and pepper spraying women more than anybody. That's their favorite thing to do. How are the police to know where each person is driving to and for what purpose? Yeah, they don't. Exactly. This one. Are you actually going to debate me, or are you going to keep timing me out, you cowards? I don't think the people in the chat want to debate you. I don't think they care. I don't think it's about cowardice. If you're still listening and you can still hear, the problem is, I've yet to ever hear anyone on your side ever say anything that in any way involves any sort of intellect or logic on any level. The arguments are hollow, shallow, based on lies, and worst of all, and this is the biggest problem with people on your end, if I'd say something like, for example, well, there is no law that says that you can drive without a license, your answer will be, that's not true. Okay, no, wait. See, every state in the union, you need a driver's license to drive. No, you don't. Okay. 2 + 2 is 4. No, it's not. I have 5 fingers on my hand. No, you don't. It's the same thing. That's what it's like talking to you guys. And that's why we don't bother. Because no matter what we say, you just don't accept it. It doesn't matter how true it is. It doesn't matter what facts we show to prove it. If we show you the court cases, because you guys love these court cases, you'll say, yeah, but that doesn't override the Constitution. So if we show you in the Constitution, well, that doesn't override natural law. Well, that doesn't override gun law. Like, no matter what anybody says, you're going to deny it. There's a sign on the wall. That sign doesn't overrun my rights. There's not a sign on the wall. Well, you should put up a sign. There was no sign. There's no arguing with you idiots, because no matter what we say, you're just going to say no. I could show you all the proof in the world. I could say, look, this is a hacky sack. It's green and purple. And you'll say, no, it isn't. Green and purple. You'll say, no, that's yellow and blue and red. So you don't know what you're talking about. Gotcha, mic drop. And then if I say, okay, you know what? This is a handmade hacky sack sewn out of green and purple, which is made out of combinations of yellow and blue and red and blue. What do you think about that? And filled with stuffing, then you would say, oh, yeah? Well, you're a sheep. Oh, you're fat. Oh, I don't like your shirt. Oh, your headphones are stupid. Oh, you got stupid stuff on the wall behind you. Meh. Oh, I bet you live in your mom's basement. Okay, but can you ever, has anyone on your side ever said anything that was actually logical, factual sense? No. And when we bring the facts, you either flat out deny them, or you're stupid. I don't like your beard. Or like you just did. Oh, you guys are sheep. You guys are cowards. All right. When you're not on timeout and you have an opportunity to type, you can address any of the things I brought up. So what do you choose to do with that time? Insults, ad hominem attacks, Bullshit. Just prove me right even more. Go ahead. Ugh.
To YouTube channel Here's the Deal, where these two experts receive all of their information about not needing a driver's license to drive on the highways.
I titled this video Supreme Court Rules No License Necessary to Drive on Public Highways. I am not a lawyer. I am not giving legal advice, but I am going to read from an appellate court. I'm going to read from Supreme Court cases that testify. They testify. The Supreme Court testifies. The lower court testifies that you don't need a license to drive on public highways in America.
Well, we will certainly see about that. I'm going to let him read over some of the pertinent parts of this case, then focus on the one line in the entire case that he believes proves his point about licensing.
The facts are undisputed. Appellant, a 20-year-old youth, was stopped by Officer Winfrey while driving an automobile on McHenry Avenue in Modesto at about 1:15 in the morning. There were two passengers in the car, appellant's 15-year-old brother and his 10-year-old cousin. As Officer Winfrey approached the automobile, he noticed that there was no key in the ignition. The officer mentioned this fact to appellant and was told that appellant had lost the keys about 2 weeks earlier and that he had to hotwire the vehicle to start it. Winfrey asked appellant's permission to search the automobile, and permission was granted. He found 2 burnt cigarettes in the glove compartment. Officer Winfrey then asked to see vehicle registration slip, and when he discovered that the car was registered to Lillian Lacus in Rosemead, California, placed appellant under arrest. Appellant was searched, and a rolled cigarette was found in his shirt pocket. All 3 cigarettes contained marijuana.
The more he reads over this case, the more we find out this ruling has absolutely nothing to do with driver's license, insurance, registration, or even the, quote, right to travel. Essentially, the crux of the case was as follows. An officer pulled over a car on the highway, openly stating the reason for the stop was the presence of teenagers in the vehicle late at night. Since the officer lacked probable cause for the initial stop, any evidence discovered during subsequent searches is deemed inadmissible.
More specifically, the officer must be able to point to specific and articulated facts which, taken together with rational inferences from the facts, reasonably warrant that intrusion. It's got it even quotes Terry v. Ohio here, which is pretty interesting. A mere hunch or subjective suspicion will not justify a temporary detention. Applying these principles, these are principles, to the incident case, we're impelled to conclude that Officer Winfrey did not have legal cause to stop appellant's automobile. Appellant was driving within the legal speed limits, not erratically, and there were no visible operational defects on the vehicle. Furthermore, although the officer observed 2 young passengers in the vehicle, he saw no furtive or suspicious movements, and he had no information that the youths were being kidnapped, detained, or molested in any manner. In fact, the only reason given by Winfrey for stopping appellant was that appellant was driving a vehicle along the streets of Modesto at 1:15 in the morning with 2 young passengers, and that he did not look old enough to be their parent or guardian. That's all he had.
Yep, that's all he had, which is clearly not enough to pull someone over, and that's what this case is about. This is important, as Here's the Deal will somehow turn this into not needing a driver's license.
Because people are constantly saying that driving a car or transporting your personal property from A to B on the public highways is a privilege granted to you by the government, not an inalienable right given to you at birth by God or whoever, or it's just inherently in you. They're constantly calling it a privilege. Again, not according to the Supreme Court, not according to lower courts, not according to the Constitution, and for goodness sakes, not according to natural law.
The next sentence will highlight how he came to this conclusion. Remember, it's just one sentence in an entire case.
Nonetheless, the right, not the privilege of the citizen to drive on a public street with freedom from police interference unless he is engaged in suspicious conduct associated in some manner with criminality, is a fundamental constitutional right which must be protected by the courts. That's powerful.
Powerful or not, that was it. This one sentence somehow shows us that we don't need a driver's license. If you're confused, well, you're not the only one. Let's try to break this down, shall we? Yes, We have the right to drive on a public street with freedom from police interference. We also have the right to walk on a public street with freedom from police interference. We also have the right to ride on a bus on a public street with freedom from police interference. Do you see where I'm going with this? Unless there is criminal activity afoot or suspicion of criminal activity, we have the right to be left the hell alone. But if someone is driving on expired or fake plates, for example, the officer now has probable cause to initiate the traffic stop.
Consequently, while we do not censure Officer Winfrey or question his motives, the fact remains.
Did you all catch that? If those butterbrain douche canoes that were trying to argue with me earlier are still in here listening, did you catch that? If you didn't, let me explain it to you. Mister, here's the deal, who does his research, reads this case about a kid who got pulled over, and there was no RAS to pull him over. Legitimately, the cops didn't have the RAS. That's why the kid won the case. And in the decision, they're saying you have a right to drive if there's no reason for them to pull you over. You have a right to drive without them bothering you. But if you don't have plates, if you don't have a license, if you don't have this, if you don't have that, that's where the RAS will come from. So this isn't saying that you can drive without a license. It's saying that the police, in this particular case, they didn't have a reason. The plates were legit. His ID was legit. The registration, everything was legit. There was the officer specifically said the only reason he pulled him over was because he thought maybe he looked like he might be too young to drive. See, this is the problem. Cop pulls you over for no reason at all, finds reefer in your pocket, you end up going to court because you're in trouble for having grass on you. They dismiss the case because the cop had no right to pull you over in the first place. Again, your license plate was legit. You weren't speeding. Your ID was legit. Registration was legit. Everything was legit. He had no reasonable reason to search you. But if you're driving without a license plate, if you're driving without license, without registration, without any of the proper paperwork and all that other stuff, then that's where these different levels of suspicion and probable cause and all those other things start to creep in. But he's ignoring all of that and just taking this one little sentence out of context that has nothing to do with anything. Blackheart Knight gave $2 for News Now Voodoo to get a level 11 tasing. For those of you who don't know, Blackheart Knight inserted a taser in News Now Voodoo's spleen, and Blackheart Knight can control it. He set it for 11, and he's going to hit it right now. Here we go.
No, it's live. Right now! Ah! Oh, no! Blackheart Knight! I'm gonna get you, Blackheart Knight, now! Ah, my spleen! There is no expectation of privacy in public. You don't need a license to travel. You don't need a commercial capacity. Oh no! Oh, it hurts. I don't like it at all. Thank you very much. Oh no, has cut it out. Ow! Rat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blackheart Knight for $2. All right. So anyway, let's go back to watching this idiot say stupid stuff. All right.
Means that he stopped appellant's vehicle solely because it was occupied by young people. That's all it was. Oh, it just looks suspicious to me. It was occupied by young people.
Yes, that's the whole premise of the case. It has nothing to do with your soft shittery. TM.
I mean, where do you literally have to pull something out of your ass to say, no, you need the government's permission to take your personal property upon the public highways. It's making it up.
Absolutely love this part because he just pulled that out of his ass because nothing in the case is backing up his claims.
Having decided that Officer Winfrey did not have probable cause to stop appellant's vehicle in the first place, in the first instance, it follows that the subsequent search was unlawful, even though consented to by appellant, and that all evidence adduced therefrom was the product of an unlawful search, as our Supreme Court said in People versus Haven. There you go. Got the supreme law of the land, the Constitution. You got lower courts. You got the Supreme Court. You got universal law.
So that was literally his big finale and why he claims the Supreme Court ruled states cannot regulate motor vehicles. All because in this case, an unlawful stop and search took place. I think someone needs to jump to conclusions, Matt, for Christmas. But he's not done yet. This is where it really gets fun.
According to the Supreme Court, if you want to know about the Supreme Court, here are a couple court rulings right here. I mean, the wording is amazing.
The wording, we will find out, is not only amazing, but non-existent.
And right here, Chicago Coach Company versus City of Chicago, and people can brush this under the rug if they want to, but this is a Supreme Court case. No state government entity has the power to allow or deny passage on the highways, byways, or waterways, transporting his vehicles and personal property for either recreation or business, but by being subject only to local regulation, i.e. safety, caution, traffic lights, speed limits, etc. Travel is not a privilege requiring licensing, vehicle registration, or forced insurances.
The last sentence sure looks like he hit the ball out of the park. But why is it in bold and a different font? Remember, he's claiming to be quoting directly from these cases. What I've done is downloaded these cases in a PDF to make it easy to search for key terms. Let's take a look at Chicago Coach Company versus City of Chicago from 1929 first. So let's try to find this last sentence in the case that he highlighted. We're going to take 3 key words from this sentence to see if it actually exists in this case text or not. Remember, it reads, travel is not a privilege requiring licensing, vehicle registration, or forced insurance. Let's go with the word licensing first. As you can see, the word licensing is nowhere to be found in this entire case. How about registration? So licensing and registration are unfortunately nowhere to be found, but surely insurance is, right? Because he's quoting directly from the case. Yikes, 3 strikes and we're out. But it's not only the highlighted sentence. The previous sentences in this paragraph don't exist either.
Travel is not a privilege requiring licensing, vehicle registration, or forced insurances. That's what the courts have ruled. That's not me. That's not me saying this.
Wrong. It's literally just you saying this because that sentence is nowhere to be found in the case. Let's take a look at one more example.
This right here in Wingfield versus Fielder, the court makes it clear that a license relates to qualifications to engage in profession, business, trade, or calling. Thus, when merely traveling, so they make a distinction here. Without compensation or profit, traveling without compensation or profit. You're just going from point A to point B, minding your own business. You're not working for somebody. You're not contracted for somebody. You're not doing this for profit. You're just taking your personal property, your car, from point A to point B. Merely traveling without compensation or profit outside of business, enterprise, or adventure with the corporate state. No license is required of the natural individual traveling for personal, business, pleasure, and transportation. Personal, business, pleasure, and transportation. That's Wingfield versus Fielder.
Let's do a quick search on 3 words that he emphasized when he was reading this paragraph from the case Wingfield versus Fielder. We're going to go with profession, traveling, and profit. Once more, we find ourselves unable to locate the entirety of this paragraph that he asserts supports his argument, despite its non-existence. I'm going to try one more word, however.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
Well, I didn't see that coming. In a surprising twist, it has been revealed that Wingfield versus Fielder asserts Freakin' Media, Michigan Constitutional Crusader, and Here's the Deal as the true sheep, as they neglected to conduct thorough research. Instead, they simply followed the crowd and regurgitated information fed to them by others.
I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I don't want it to go too long, but I want to let you know that according to the Supreme Court, according to the lower courts, according to the Constitution, according to natural law, and I'm not a lawyer and I'm not giving any kind of advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what the courts have said. There's no license requirement to drive on the public highways and byways according to the lower courts and the Supreme Courts.
Closing out, I couldn't come up with a better example of why I named my channel Dummy Krueger, which, for those unaware, is a play on the words referencing the Dunning-Kruger effect because it perfectly captures the phenomenon of overestimating one's competence. So let's do a quick recap. Here's the Deal stumbled upon a compilation of court cases hastily put together by a sovereign citizen. This individual went on to fabricate quotes, falsely attributing them to the actual court cases. Here's the Deal, now considering himself an expert in the field, eagerly embraced this misinformation and disseminated it to his 100,000 subscribers. Freakin' Media and Michigan Constitutional Crusader, influenced by Here's the Deal's credibility, also shared this incorrect information with their respective thousands of subscribers. This sequence of events exemplifies the abundance of misinformation prevalent on the web today. But yeah, I'm the sheep. Well, bah.
I love it, love it, love it. Dunning-Kruger is the man. Does it still sound like I'm got my microphone buried under a bunch of crap? Somebody said. Sounded like my. I just started using this microphone this week. I'm still working on it because there's a lot of different settings on it. I could change up. Like, I don't know if you guys are even going to be able to tell, but like this is setting number 1. But then I also have this button, which changes this setting to setting number 2 on the machine. And then I also have this button, which changes the setting on the machine. Then I also have this button, which changes the setting on the machine. And I also have this button, which also changes the setting on the machine. But then I could change the setting on the microphone itself. This is position 2. But then I still have those 5 different buttons on here. So I can further change the settings on here to be like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. Mark says, how about use the setting off? Yes. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Bah, yeah. See, that's why I thought that video was perfect. In fact, I think whoever that troll was that was in here earlier probably saw this video already. And that's why they came in here and said, oh, sheep, sheep, sheep. Because that's what the video was all about. He's like, yeah, you call us sheep, yet you guys take anything that Here's the Deal says and just run with it like it's fact, even though it's absolutely not. And here's another thing, too, that I wanted to mention. A couple things I wanted to mention about it. First of all, one of the things that he said in that whole big, massive diatribe of BS was, does it have a button that makes you sound good? Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Which one is the Which one is the right one? How about this one? Does this one help? Does this one make me sound better? And how about this one? Does this one help as well? And then there's this one. Or maybe this one too. Or then I look at you. And then I pee and poo. And it goes in your shoe. Because that's just what we do. And then I
could always talk like this here, baby. All right, getting down like a clown. And then I could do my...
About the time I get to Albuquerque, she'll be working, wondering if I'm coming back. Oh, just like I did the night before. And by the time I get to Arizona, oh wait, it started in Phoenix. Ah!
If I were the king of the forest.
not Duke. Not Prince. With the roof. And the roof. And the roof. What puts the ape in apricot? Courage. And what do they got that I ain't got? Courage. You said that, brother. 4 more likes, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. I need one of these for all the Bob's voices. I mean, they really have different voices. No, ignore me. Bob's are real. That's right. That's right. Only 10 more days to enter this month's raffle. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I said it's still right. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't noticed, I mentioned it before. The Common Sense Academy is back open for business. Literally, the man who wrote the book on sovereign citizens took a hiatus. Joe, the lawyer, is back. Joe Palmetto's putting videos out all the time, so I want to watch his latest just because it's him, dagnabbit, and he deserves all the credit that he could get. The man's a mensch, a real lawyer, legitimate, knows actually the law. But wait, before I get into that, though, there is one thing I did want to say. I'm sorry. All right, listen. This goes back to the video we were just watching. So here's my big question. And the problem is, for this question to work, there has to be logic and there has to be a train of thought. And these guys, their train of thought always derails. Like, they never let you get to the second stop or past the first stop. So it's difficult to explain this in a way that they might understand. So I'll try. Okay. So here's what I'm talking about. Hold on a second. I got some. What is this crap down here? I'm sorry. My system is being funky. Oh, well. Anyway. Okay. Let's start on point A and make our way across to point B and C, as opposed to breaking everything up like these guys do. All right. And try to put together a train of thought that makes sense. Let's take it at face value and say that what they're saying is true. Number one, how is it then? Sorry. Oh, crap. Oh, no. I just broke the damn microphone. It's still working? A big piece of it just fell off. I don't know what to do. All right, is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Oh, okay, it's a removable piece. I didn't realize that. All right, cool. You guys. And now the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. Oh, yes. I say it clear. I state my case, of which I'm certain. I've charted each charted course and every road along the highway. And this, much more than this, I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things. To say the things.
He truly feels.
But not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Or, as Sid Vicious once say, likewise, or I feel, and again, take the I am my way. It all depends on who you prefer. It's just a different style, a different technique, that's all. The vocal stylings of Sid Vicious, ladies and gentlemen.
Raise your cup, your glass in the air. Cheers with me. It tastes better when we sip together. This is some steaming hot Dunkin' Donuts home roasted coffee. I mean, really, life doesn't get much better than this. All right. Take the same time, sip with me. You may drink tea, you may drink water, you may be drinking beer because you're watching this in the evening. And if you're drinking beer in the day, I'm not going to criticize you for that either. All right. Raise your cup and your glass. Cheers. Very good. Especially not going to criticize on a holiday. Okay, let's take a look at this article. Washington, a federal judge issued a bench warrant Monday for the arrest of a January 6th defendant who failed to appear for a scheduled trial date. Victor Sean Dennison of California. I mean, that's kind of could I be Joe of Palmetto? I guess I could be Joseph Dominic of Palmetto. Here's the difference, though. Palmetto is a real town in Italy. I don't know. There's probably a town in England or somewhere called Dennison. Victor Sean Dennison of California was charged in January with 4 misdemeanor counts for allegedly entering the U.S. Capitol after noticing doors had been breached. Dennison, who was wearing an all-aboard-the-Trump train hat, reportedly told investigators he'd seen a man holding a hammer near a smashed window before he entered. Okay, but he wasn't the guy with the hammer. Dennison elected to represent himself and was assigned a federal public defender, a standby counsel. He was scheduled to begin trial before U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden on Monday, but according to court records, failed to appear. Not a big surprise there. McFadden issued a bench warrant for his arrest the same day. We got a photo of the individual. On Wednesday, McFadden filed a letter from Dennison to the public docket that appeared to echo common phrases from the sovereign citizen movement, a loosely organized right-wing ideology that believes virtually all existing government in the United States is illegitimate, according to the Anti-Defamation League. In the letter, which was sent to standby counsel and Justice Department attorneys, Dennison refers to himself variously as the beneficiary of his trust, which may in fact be true if he has a trust, an American freeman,
a living, breathing man, and as Victor Sean of Denison, the trust protector. Sovereign citizens often claim they are not citizens of the United States, but rather sovereign unto themselves, and therefore freed from the jurisdiction of the de facto government and courts. Although you should be aware, writer of this article, that they don't like to they don't like to be called sovereign citizens, and they don't like to refer to themselves as sovereign citizens. Sovereign citizens also frequently insist there is a distinction between the living person and the corporate trust, sometimes referred to as a dead entity. They believe the government created when they were born to unwittingly force them into a contract. Hey, we're all unwittingly brought into this world. Denison referenced those ideas repeatedly in his letter, and we're going to take a look at that letter. You cannot represent a living man, Denison wrote to his standby counsel. I'm a living man. An attorney can only represent the dead. When you use the words you and your, are you referring to a dead entity? Are you trying to summon the dead, or do you mean the living, breathing man? Well, let me back this up by saying I love my clients. I truly do. I love all of my clients. They're well and they're alive. Now, some of them, do I wish they would not bother me? Do I wish them dead? Okay. No, I don't wish them dead. But man, some of them bother the hell out of me. But they're all living and they're all breathing. And I'm an attorney and they pay me living, breathing money, which is often what these sovereign citizens are after. But this guy is just trying to avoid the law. Let it be known, the provost marshal has been noticed. Denison also warned cryptically, in apparent reference to a belief held by some sovereign citizens, according to a 2015 briefing, that military authorities will intervene in the event of their arrest or prosecution. Well, I'm sure they hope that that would happen. Okay, here's the Twitter post. Judge McFadden also filed a letter today, Victor Sean Denison sent to his standby counsel, in which he cryptically warned the provost marshal had been noticed. This is not something, the judge filed this. This isn't something that you want on your court docket record. This is the quote, then Chief Judge Beryl Howell, sovereign citizen gobbledygook. More here.
I love that they called it sovereign citizen gobbledygook in court. I love it. What's up, Blue Dawn? What's up? Life Story of Frauditors is here. All right. Yes, they do. They've been to funerals, churches, hospitals. I mean, especially churches. If you didn't know this, you should check out SGV News Shanduli Sunday. Every Sunday, SGV and his little girlfriend, Peter Libre Audits, go out and audit churches. They do a different church every Sunday morning during services. And when people try to talk to them, they do what they call shanduli, which is literally, if they say, why are you filming? They'll say, oh, shalabahalo, oh shit, oh fuck you, oh shit, oh shalabahalabahalo, and then pepper spray them for telling them not to film or for asking them not to film. They love it. They're horrible, 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 evil, demonic, racist scumbags from the pits of hell. SGV is terrible, terrible, terrible person. No soul in that man at all. None. He's a demonic entity. Anyway, so what I wanted to say earlier, and this brought it up again, so it's brought me back to it, because I ended up getting the request for the My Way thing, and then I went into the bit and then the routine. So here's the thing. And yeah, it sounds like he's got a cold, doesn't he? I noticed he's sniffing a lot. Yeah. Then again, he's a lawyer, so I don't want to accuse Joe Palmetto of anything because I love the guy, but it's early in the morning. He's sipping coffee. What are you gonna do? Anyway, here's the problem. So, oh wait. So basically, SGV and his partner are mocking Islam with their stupid Sunday bit. Top 5 douche canoe much? Yes, exactly. That's exactly why they do it. They go to churches and Shanduli Sunday because they want the Christian churches that they're at to think that there's some kind of an Islamic threat or something. They very much do it on purpose. And Unfortunately, because they're in California, every time the cops get called, and 9 times out of 10, the cops end up arresting the victims because they know that the California crew, Casey Camera Boy, Silence Boy, SGV News, Pito Libre Audits, all these guys who are basically terrorizing the streets of LA. Well, they're First Amendment auditors and they legally have the right to do it, so we have to leave them alone. So it's gotten to the point now where they're not even like, see, this is the problem. This is the thing. They do it. NC Tyrant Hunter does it. Frickin' Media does it. Amagansett Press does it. All of these guys do this. It's this new thing where, and it's not new anymore, I guess, but it's not a traditional audit, but it's what they do now. What all these guys do now is to audit the police, they harass random people on the street until those people feel they're either going to go hands-on or they're going to call the cops. If they go hands-on, the Frauditor calls the cops and gets them arrested, gets the victim arrested. And if they call the cops, either way, the goal is for the cops to come, and that's how they audit the cops. It's like, okay, first of all, I don't like auditing the cops in the first place anyway, but the fact that you're going to do it by basically harassing, insulting, degrading, tyrannically trying to control and give directives to normal random people on the street, punishing them if they don't follow your orders because you have the camera, acting like an anti-American tyrant to bait them into calling the cops on you without any regard for the people you're doing these things to, just to see what the police reaction is so you can film it. That's such a nonsensical argument. That's why that's a particular argument is one that I don't talk about a lot because it's so stupid, it isn't even barely worth mentioning. But let me get back to what I was trying to explain. Let's say these sovereign citizen guys, here's the deal, and this guy we're talking about now and all these guys, let's say that they have a point. Okay. This goes back to what I was saying about actually having a train of thought that follows through to a logical conclusion, which is almost impossible for these guys to do. But let's try it. This court, 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 all have found that you don't need a driver's license to drive. Okay. How come nobody knows that except for you guys? Out of all 50 states, not one person, not one lawmaker in any of those states ever heard of any of these cases. Because in all 50 states, you need a driver's license to drive. Oh, but the Supreme Court said you didn't. Well, then why do all 50 states still require you to have a driver's license? If there's all of these court cases where the judges found you don't need a license to drive, then how come in all 50 states you still need a license to drive? Their argument would be, and this is why I say you have to follow the train of thought to the logical conclusion. Their argument would be, well, because the courts are in on it. The scam, the trick to make you get a license. Wait a minute. You just told me you have this court case, and 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 all of these court cases where they found you don't need a license to drive. Well, yeah. Well, if the courts are in on it, then why would there be so many cases for you to quote that say that? If those cases are legit, if those cases are real, one, how come nobody noticed except for you guys? And how come the judges who found these findings that prove you're right are doing something to get their findings enacted? How come nobody in politics is fighting, especially if these are legit court cases that really did get found to that level? How come there aren't people other than you idiots out there fighting to get these court cases recognized? Because they don't exist. That's why. Because they don't exist. It's a lie. Because these guys are so full of poo. Because they're a bunch of butterbrain jackwagon douche canoe that smell like poo on the bottom of my shoe. And that's how they treat you if you say I don't want to be filmed.
So let's read the letter. Victor Sean of the house and lineage of Dennison, which probably a very nice and quaint town in the heart of England. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. That's as big as we get. It says up at the top, Victor Sean of the house and lineage of Dennison, child of God, grantor of original jurisdiction and beneficiary of the resultant trust, American Freeman, America Republic. Everything is trust, and there is nothing that is not trust. No trust can fail for want of a trustee. The primary responsibility of the trustee is to protect and defend the trust. Sounds like gobbledygook to me, too. Cheers, Judge. Excuse me. Judge McFadden, this is one I haven't heard before. We're going to have to look this up. Dear Oobong, what's an Oobong? I need to ask you, how can Judge McFadden lawfully issue forth a bench warrant after the court has already received, obtained, and has custody of the surrendered legal person? Oh, Oobong is his standby counsel. Okay. Are you trying to compel the beneficiary to put his life in danger? And any actions against the trust would be a war crime. Okay. I, beneficiary, do not understand your communication, nor the language within your letter. Oh, he must not speak English. I do not recognize the title of Mr. This is a contentious point to me because I can't tell you how many times I have mentioned this to you all. Yet somehow you all keep doing it. Another important point, you, Oobong, and I, Victor Sean of Dennison, have no valid contract. You cannot represent a living man. I'm a living man. An attorney can only represent the dead. When you use the words you and your, are you referring to a dead entity? Are you trying to summon the dead? Or do you mean the living, breathing man? The reason I ask is the court has already recognized that I am the living, breathing man. So please clarify. Please see attached image, which evidences this point. I have to comment this sovereign citizen on one thing. He used pretty good grammar and very, very nice and logical writing there. Everything that he wrote is gobbledygook, but he wrote it in a way that a high school English teacher would likely appreciate. All right, back to the article. Dennison isn't the first Capitol riot defendant to seemingly espouse sovereign citizen beliefs. Pauline Bauer, a Pennsylvania pizza shop owner who McFadden sentenced to more than 2 years in prison last month, asserted early in her case that she was not a person. James Beeks, a Broadway actor accused of entering the Capitol with other members of the Oath Keepers on January 6, denied during a court hearing that he was a sovereign citizen and insisted he was instead an American standing under public law, here by special divine appearance. God dropped him right into that courtroom. As of Wednesday afternoon, there was no record in the public docket of the arrest warrant against Dennison being served. And I Googled his name. It's June 19th now. And I don't believe that they have him in custody, or at least if they do, it hasn't been reported in the news. The U.S. Army Provost Marshal General had yet to make an appearance in the case. Okay, so here's the letter. Very interesting, very funny that the judge actually filed it on the docket. Here's the gentleman. My thoughts here that's the last thing that you want on a docket. And judges are gonna take into account all this gobbledygook when it comes time to sentence the individual if and when he's convicted. And you don't want to add time to your sentence by espousing nonsense and annoying and or insulting the court, because I can tell you that will in fact add time to your sentence. So this is one to watch. We'll see if and when Victor Sean of Denison. Let me check something real quick before we go. This is just going to be a fun little test here. There it is. There's the town of Denison. Denison even has a pretty cool family crest and coat of arms. Let's see where this town is. Not that I know very much. All right. So this is Denison, USA. Denison, United Kingdom. That sounds like an English name. Wouldn't you all agree? This is all I'm getting. Maybe there is no Denison in England. I like to trace the origins of last names. I find it interesting whether somebody is, their last name sometimes is from like a prior, like the profession or the work that the person did, or it is in fact a town. But I can't find the town of Denison anywhere in England. All right, Mr. Denison. Well, it's probably a good idea to renounce your sovereign citizen beliefs before you go to face that judge.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much that for that one. Ling Chi. It's only a matter of time before a psycho uses his Frauditor playbook to do a mass atrocity. Some departments ignore calls about Frauditors, which bodes well for dangerous people to do harm. This is what I've said over and over and over and over again to these jack-wagoned, butter-brained, smooth-brained koala douche canoes, is that they have this insane ability to irritate people to the point that they call the cops show up and let the Frauditors go. They're trying to educate the public, but all the public is learning is that they're going to have to go hands-on because the government isn't going to stop them, so they're going to stop them themselves. These people don't realize they're pushing for more tyranny. They are the tyrants. They're anti-American tyrants. And they don't see it. They don't understand that the only way for the government to deal with these idiots is to make laws that do limit our freedom, to make laws that do limit our rights. Do we have a fun live stream yesterday? It was fun for you as it was for me. Yesterday was a blast, dude. It was great ripping you to shreds. Even though I know you didn't pay attention, you're probably timed out right now because every time someone says something to me, the next thing they say to me is to bitch and moan about being timed out. But yeah, it's fun how like you refuse to learn no matter what anybody tells you. And like focus on words like if. Like if jurisdiction is proven. Yeah, and then it was. So there's your if. There's your answer right there. If I was 4'1", yeah, but I'm not. So it doesn't matter. If I fell out of my chair right now, I'd get hurt. See? He said if. He said if. Which means it's possible that he could fall out of his chair. Right, she said if, which means it's possible that jurisdiction wasn't a thing. But guess what? It is. So there you go. If I poked myself in the eyes, it would really hurt. Yeah, if I did, it would. If. He said if. So that means that he's blind now, right? Ugh. Man, stupid stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, Van Balian is next. All right. Always love a good Van Balian video.
incident, $5,000 for every 5 minutes illegally detained.
So
If
this douche
detained
can
in
do it again,
handcuffs,
man.
it's
They're supposed to be
$100,000
this
per
guy.
incident,
This is the
$10,000
dude
for
who
every
stole
5 minutes
the
detained after.
virus
Why am I being
or
put under
the
arrest?
vaccine last year to try and get it tested, and no one would test it because it was stolen property and they didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Welcome back to the Balian channel, guys. So recently I was traveling through the deepest, darkest depths of Facebook when I came across this familiar face. Yes, this is the face of Thomas Humphrey, the softsit who I've covered about 5 times on this channel now, and thought to myself, what has this guy been up to since his last spate of arrests? Well, he's been getting arrested, of course. This time it's by Cambridge Police Department in Massachusetts.
All right, guys. So I got stopped by the Boston police. I was literally just about to head out. Just got done visiting my friend. So it looked like they're like being kind of strict. So I just wanted to go live.
Sounds like this is going to be fun. And by strict, he means they're not listening to his pseudo-legal nonsense.
Yeah. I actually have the Constitution in the window here, sir, and American jurisprudence, the conflicts of law. You know, I'm actually an investigator with the National Action Task Force.
Right. I don't know what that is or what that means, but
yeah.
You need to have a driver's license or some kind of registration on this car.
Yeah. I'm totally legit, sir.
I don't believe you are, sir.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? What state?
I'm a traveler. I live.
What state were you traveling before this?
I just drove from South Carolina. From here.
Up to here?
Yeah.
Well done, Thomas. We're not 2 minutes into the video and you just admitted that you drove. Yes, drove from South Carolina. Not that it matters, but by your logic, you now need a license, registration, and insurance.
I'm visiting a friend here in Boston.
Well,
So,
you have nothing on you, no ID or anything like that.
yeah, I do this, sir. This is my private identification. I tried to hand it to you multiple times.
You know what I mean?
Sir,
So you don't have a driver's license?
I've canceled my contracts with the government, so you guys no longer have jurisdiction to, prosecute and tow my vehicle because it's no longer under your jurisdiction. I've canceled all my Sir, I know the Constitution. Okay.
Not that you can, because that's just not how it works. But if you've cancelled all contracts with the government, then what are you doing citing the Constitution as an authority? But if you are, then you really need to look up the 10th Amendment. You might be surprised by what you read.
Hey, you don't have to reach over.
No, sir, guys, just relax, okay?
I'm fine. We're relaxed.
You're on Instagram Live. I have about 50,000 followers, and I don't. No, sir, I'm a traveler.
I understand. Can you step out for me?
Sir, have I done anything wrong?
No, we're trying to figure that out. But right now, you have no license. I don't know who you are, and your car's unregistered.
Yeah, but that's not a crime, sir. So, okay, and since you are escalating, can you please get your sergeant out here?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. And since you are gonna physically remove me from my vehicle, so you have to take my notice because this is public notice to your agency, and it becomes incumbent and advantageous for you to read it because it's legally binding. From the moment I hand you this, it's legally binding. So take this, sir.
You're in the Mass Ave area. Make your way down.
So he's refusing to take my documents here.
Well, of course he is. Firstly, because he isn't required to. And secondly, your paperwork isn't worth the paper it's written on. And finally, would you freely accept paperwork from some random guy on the side of the road if you didn't need to? Because I certainly wouldn't, and I don't think you would either.
What's your name and your badge number, sir? What's your name, sir? Sir, what's your name?
My name's Al.
What's your badge number?
626.
Thank you, sir. Are you're the conducting officer in this incident?
Now I am a call supervisor.
All right, here you go. Here's,
again, I don't need that, sir.
see, that's actually it's actually illegal for him to refuse a public notice. It's actually reckless negligence because now if he violates my rights, he's liable for damages, and we will be filing damages for.
But you've cancelled all contracts with the government, supposedly, so how would you file for damages? Also, you've got a nerve bringing up reckless negligence when you're the one driving around illegally.
I'm just a traveler, man. I live in my van, dog, and I'm just standing up for my rights in a world full of oppression. I turned on my interior lights and put down my windows so you guys. Right. I'm just.
I saw the license plate.
We the people, man. You got. Yeah, you've taken an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, bro.
You want to defend the other drivers on the road who might be, because you don't have insurance or anything.
Yeah,
right?
yes, I do, sir. If you would take a minute, I have.
Insurance.
I am legally bonded under a silver bond. I am indemnified. I am totally legal. Okay.
Can you imagine getting into an accident with this guy? You'll be there doing the right thing, handing over your insurance details. In return, you get hit with word salad, a stack of papers, and an indefinite amount of soft-sit hoops to jump through. Or he would just hit and run. Either way, you or your insurance company foot the bill for the damage. Get this idiot off the road.
Okay, I'm trying to explain to you, sir. You're just disregarding me because, listen, you have been hired to
disregarding you
because
you're full of it.
I've canceled those contracts. I am now a private.
So what do you do in the winter? Do you drive this car in the winter?
Yeah, yeah.
You shovel the roads yourself?
No, there's no.
You use the taxpayers' dollars and when you want to travel in the winter.
HJR 192, Public Law 73-10. They did away with money in 1933, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you buy this car with?
Fiat currency, because it's the accepted method of exchange today. So.
Right, so they did away with money in 1933, but at the same time, it's the preferred method of payment today. So which is it? Both cannot be true. And the fact that your fee schedule is for dollar amounts and not the usual gold and silver nonsense makes me think that you know that everything you're saying is BS. Good on that cop for calling him out.
You know, I'm just trying to explain to you, sir. You're not willing to take my document.
Fiat Exchange 1933.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, from Link 219, he says, surgery has destroyed my sleep schedule. Oh, no. Thanks for the morning laughs, Hez, and hope to see you more. Nodding off now. Before you fall asleep, here's your happy dance to cheer you up and make you have happy dreams. Maybe this song will be stuck in your head while you're sleeping. All right, but then again, dreaming about me dancing might be a nightmare. I don't know. Just depends on where you're at. All right. All right, here we go.
Thomas, I'm hearing you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you work
And
for NEA Action Trust, right? You got open container gasoline in your car, which is not really good, very dangerous. You know, we're just concerned about you.
All right, appreciate your concern, sir. I'm not trying to. I'm just standing up for my rights. You know, you don't have any rights if you don't stand for them. You know, and see how you could easily violated me, and if I would allow you to, the general public just allows you to do that. You actually broke the law by opening my door.
I did, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, you did. You can't do that. I didn't give you permission. You need a constitutionally lawful warrant in order to touch my property. You cannot deprive me of my property or without due process of law, sir.
I understand.
So am I being detained right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's actually $10,000 per incident. If you don't have a constitutionally lawful warrant signed by a magistrate judge in wet ink, you can't illegally detain me unless you have reasonable articulate suspicion that I'm in the process of committing a crime.
Now, this would be a great video to play Soft-Sit Bingo with because he's reeling off all the greatest hits. There's the old favourite, I know my rights, or you violated my rights, which is strange coming from someone who claims to have cancelled all his contracts with the government. Then we have private property when referring to his car. And finally, two of my all-time favourites. First is the lawsuit, or $10,000 per incident, etc. And the warrant signed by a judge in wet ink. Oh, and by the way, he doesn't need RAC, only probable cause, which he has in buckets, because you're driving without a license, registration, and insurance. And that open container of gas looks like it's going to be a problem as well.
Or probable cause. Do you have any of those, sir?
Yep.
You have reasonable articulate suspicion that I committed a crime?
Yes, I do.
What crime was committed?
Driving without a license.
That's a traffic infraction.
Driving without a license. No,
Is
it's
it
criminal in this state, sir. You'd be arrested for it.
No.
Like I said, we have a supervisor on our way. We're going to talk to him and find out what's
Under the
going on,
Constitution,
right?
these are victimless crimes, sir. That's what the problem is in America. I'm standing against victimless crimes.
You're going to talk to supervisor.
He should go to Portland.
Sounds good. Sounds good, brother. Yeah.
No, the problem in America is people like you who drive around committing crimes and sharing false information, which gets you and other people in trouble with the law. So no, you're not standing against anything, because what you claim is a victimless crime is still considered a crime whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I think he should inform you about being recklessly negligent and not accepting my documents because you're legally bound right now. The American National People of the Creator will we have our whole legal, we have a federal court case filed.
This is going to be Instagram, you said, or YouTube?
Yeah.
What is this on?
This is on my Instagram channel, which is The Gift of Eternal Life.
Okay.
And I also post it on Facebook as well. So I have a large following. I educate officers and I also educate the public on public and private law.
And
so,
how
you know,
stupid
and
you are, you
I'm
mean?
one of the lead investigators with the National Action Task Force.
Now, what does it say about his organization if this guy is considered one of their lead investigators? Of course, in reality, this quote-unquote organization is just him living out of his car, going from state to state, grifting for money by selling this American national nonsense to gullible people. Anyway, the supervisor in the form of the lieutenant is here to finally put an end to this nonsense. Well, at least eventually, because we have the fee schedule coming up.
Lieutenant Flynn, you can explain your
Sounds good. I was trying to give him public notice of my private capacity. He's refused multiple times, you know, and I'm just educating. I educate the officers and the public on public and private law. So I've canceled all my government contracts. I'm now living in the private. This is my private conveyance. I've canceled my license. I no longer contract with the government. Okay, and I have the Constitution right here. You guys took in an oath to protect and defend my constitutional right to privacy. You guys cannot force me to contract with government agencies, you know, and I cancel my license. Black's law definition of driving is to be.
And you canceled it, so you canceled it.
Yeah, Minnesota.
So you cancelled your license because you read a definition, an outdated definition in Black's Law Dictionary. Well, that was a really stupid thing to do, wasn't it? One simple Google search could have saved you so much time in the Grey Bar Hotel.
So here's official notice to your agency. You must take this, sir, because it becomes legally binding once you, and if you refuse it, it's reckless negligence because it informs you about my rights. And if you violate them, my nation's embassy is in California. And here's our international 35-page notice, which is registered and with the Secretary of State's office in Washington, D.C. and in Singapore.
Yeah, because filing paperwork with government agencies you don't recognize in the US and for some reason Singapore sounds like a really sane thing to do. But just for your peace of mind, I can confirm that your filings have been accepted and filed in the special filing cabinet labeled trash.
Here's my private identification, which is copyrighted. And I'm legally indemnified through our silver bond, which is my legally. Yeah, I've canceled all my contracts. I've canceled all my contracts. I'm no longer in your.
You did have one though. Did you pass that ID, please?
2018. Yeah, and this goes with it. So this is legal notice that goes with my ID. Legal notice in order to all.
This is an ID,
yeah,
which is what?
My American national identification. This is for your agency as well, sir. You guys must take this notice.
And
see, they're refusing again, guys. I have like 50,000 followers that are watching as well. So,
dude, enough with the flexing about Instagram. Nobody cares about how many followers you have. This is the real world with real life consequences. You might be able to BS your way through this on Instagram, but not with cops who clearly have inbuilt bullshit detectors.
I'm just informing you guys because, you know, if you don't have any rights if you don't stand for them. In a world full of oppression right now, they're taking all of our rights from us. I just canceled all my contracts and I put my hand in God's hand and was like, God, take my hand, because, you know, what's going to happen if we just let you guys keep plowing us like this? It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? So people are watching. Look at all the love I'm getting. Hallelujah, guys.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, follow me on Instagram. I got quite a few. I travel all over and I get pulled over all the time.
Thomas the Second Life. What was it again?
The Gift of Eternal Life. Yeah, on Instagram.
So that's the ID that you have right there, the Gift of Eternal Life. That's what that.
No, that's my private identification. Yeah. Thomas Humphrey. Yeah.
So when we run you in Minnesota, you can have a Minnesota license?
Nope, it's all canceled. I'm not even. They say they're not even finding me in the computer.
Run this guy in Minnesota, and I'm not kidding here, an arrest for stealing a vial of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine to quote-unquote investigate in a lab will pop up. Then there's the arrest around the same time where he attempted the same right to travel BS, and then he fled the state, and well, I've been covering his shenanigans ever since. A link to those videos will be in the description.
When was the last time you mentioned you get pulled over quite a bit? When was the last time you get pulled over?
It's been a while actually. You know, you guys are the first ones, but I mean, I've been pulled over. Like, that's like why I'm so popular, because they pull me over all the time. And you know what I'm saying, he's like not even trying to hear what I have to say. But a lot of people, a lot of officers are interested. They know I'm not just talking out the side of my mouth.
Yes, you
Thomas,
are.
it's called humor. These cops, if they exist, because you always seem to get yourself arrested doing this, are humoring you. Cops deal with people who talk out of the side of their mouths like you do on a daily basis. It does not mean they agree with you.
We have a job to do as well.
Right. You guys are hired to uphold public policy, which they're actually liable. You know what I'm saying? When you contract. But I've sent in notice. I've sent in all the documentation canceling my contracts due to the lack of full disclosure on their end. Is my right to travel freely and unencumbered and unfettered on the common way of mankind during this time. That's
See, this is one of the things about these guys that drives me nuts. One of the many things. It's like we all know that your game is to argue nonsense in court and argue nonsense in court and argue nonsense in court until it becomes more expensive for them to keep the case going than to, process. So they just dismiss the case. And then you're like, see, they haven't dismissed because I challenged jurisdiction. No, they dismissed it because they're sick and tired of your antics. And I mean, realistically, they're not going to lock you up for being an idiot. And you're obviously costing them more money to prosecute you because you keep delaying. So that's why they dismiss your cases all the time. Because you're not worth the effort. Well, if I was doing something really, really bad, they'd lock me up. Yes! And it would be a beautiful thing. If you did something really, really wrong, they should lock you up. But this is the problem. It's like if your mom tells you don't take any cookies, and then you eat all the cookies, and you get caught. But she's like, you know what? I don't have time to deal with this BS right now. I had a hard day at work. Just go to your room. Ha ha! It's fine. It's legal to take cookies, and it's no big deal. I can just do it all I want. You're like a little kid. That's the mentality of a child. Oh, I did something and I got caught, but then they let me go, so I can just keep doing it. Yeah. Oh. You're like a child. Grow up. Take responsibility for your actions. Have you ever thought about being a responsible adult? Has that ever even occurred to you that it's possible to do that? No, not him. That's for damn sure.
That Supreme Court justice who ruled since the 1800s. If it's the common way of travel during your time, it's a God-given, unalienable right. No government agency can restrict your freedom to travel.
Cancels all his contracts with the government, then goes on to cite decisions by the judiciary in the form of the Supreme Court, a governmental body as an authority. You cannot make this stuff up. Also, seeing as you now do accept Supreme Court rulings, you should accept Hendricks v. Maryland, which is the seminal ruling ceding to the states the right and power to regulate taxpayer-supported, publicly accessible roads. But I know you'll handwave dismiss that because it doesn't fit with your narrative.
We're looking to see if you still have a license in Minnesota. And how about the vehicle itself?
This is mine. I purchased the vehicle. Well, it's my private property.
You're not going to show us the VIN. You're not going to.
No, it's my. I mean, it's my. It's my right to privacy because everything in your system is all registered and it's all part of the agency. Yep, took off the sticker.
Because, so then how do they know?
Yeah, because it's my right to privacy. If you guys have to legally violate my rights, and you're going to do it on a live stream.
I think the penny is starting to drop now. This guy has pulled this routine so many times that he knows when the magic words and incantations aren't working. So much so that he comes out with statements like, you guys have to legally violate my rights, which of course doesn't make a lick of sense. But anyway, he gives it one last go by threatening them with the dreaded fee schedule.
And I'm telling you, it's on page 3 in our documentation. Minimum penalties for trespassing upon American national rights are inherent natural rights, unwarranted pedestrian stops,
Wait, I thought these guys
$10,000
didn't
each
believe in
incident,
trespassing.
$5,000 for every 5 minutes illegally detained. If detained in handcuffs, it's $100,000 per incident, $10,000 for every 5 minutes detained after. A signed warrant must be present for an arrest to take place or a criminal act with an injured party. You guys must have reasonable articulate suspicion that I'm committing a crime or probable cause in order to illegally detain me.
Yeah, I think they're going to be doing a bit more than detaining you tonight. And that was the biggest load of word salad I've ever heard. And I think you meant to say they need probable cause to legally detain you, not illegally detain you, which of course they have, because by your own admission, through ignorance of the law, you're driving without a license, registration and insurance. And good luck collecting that fee schedule, because not one person has ever been successful.
So, you know, and we have a federal court case filed, which in case of one of your agents violate my rights, we're able to file claims against your legal liability bond. So, I mean, you're welcome to violate my rights if you want to, but I mean,
Tonight you tell us that the car's unregistered, it's uninsured, and
no, sir, it is insured. I'm trying to hand you my documents, okay, and you're refusing to take them. So
we have to verify it.
Yep. So this is official notice to what police department are you? Cambridge? All right, this is official notice to the Cambridge Police Department of my private capacity. Thank you. You've taken it. It becomes legally binding, and it is advantageous for you to read that. Yep, that's yours, sir.
One of the big things that happens so much with these guys, and sometimes I wish that it was actually physically possible to have a conversation with one of these guys without them being an absolute butterbrain douche canoe and not willing to engage in actual conversation. Because I've tried it before 100 times, and as you all well know, they won't engage in any real dialogue, because as soon as you make a real point, they either poo-poo it, or they just go to insults and ad hominem attacks. But I would actually love to sit down with one of these guys and say, okay, seriously, legitimately, explain it to me. If you get into a car accident, because okay, you know what? I'll give you an example of why you can't talk to them. I will answer for them what they would say, because I know, because I've had this conversation. What if you're driving? I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Okay, so I can't even get through the question. You asshat. If you're in your automobile, it's not an automobile, it's a private conveyance. Oh, shit. So they won't even let you get out the words. But then you get them out. Okay. Let's say you get into a car accident and it's your fault. It wouldn't be my fault. I don't get into accidents like that. I'm a careful driver. You're not God. People make mistakes. You could make a mistake and get in a car accident where it's your fault. It's possible. Even though you want to say it isn't, it is. So in that case, where you get in an accident and it's your fault, and you do not have enough money that you can afford to pay your victim's hospital bills, you don't have enough money to pay to fix your victim's car, and you don't have insurance because you don't want to contract with the government, what happens to your victim? Fuck them! Is that what it is? Is that what happens to him? Is that your answer? He's just screwed? Oh well, too bad. So sad. Seriously, this is what's your answer? Well, I don't need insurance because it's a government. Okay, but what happens to the person whose car you smashed? Well, I wouldn't smash. Okay, but if you did, Who would pay them? How would they be made whole from you, from being victimized by you?
My secret government trust would pay them.
What are you talking about? There is no secret government trust. Plus, I thought you didn't believe in money.
I have multiple copies.
Just look how thrilled he is that he finally got a cop to accept his useless notice. He actually thinks that everything he presents here, including his fee schedule, which he's tried and failed with on numerous occasions now, is legally binding. I mean, how sad.
So it's advantageous for you to read that.
What about your vehicle? Is the vehicle insured?
Yes, that's my insurance. I'm bonded underneath our nation's silver bond, and it's for liability. The American National People of the Creator. If you believe I violated any laws or rights, you have to contact.
So it's not registered. The vehicle's not registered anywhere.
It's in a private trust.
So it's not registered.
No, it's not. No, not registered, sir.
Thomas, is that your name since you were born, or did you pick
Yes, yes. My
What's your
name
name?
Thomas
Birth
Edward
certificate?
Humphrey. Yeah.
What, middle school, high school, that name?
Yes.
Okay.
I've canceled all my contracts.
Well, there's usually a record still. That's, yeah. When you, there's no such thing as you can't just expunge your record from the driver's license or anything else. So right now you're unregistered, you're uninsured. And you're unlicensed.
I've canceled all my contracts. It's a Black's law definition of driving is to be engaged in commerce on public roads. I'm not a
No, it's
commercial
not. That's
driver.
a
I'm a
flat out
traveler.
lie. What's up, Peck? Good to see you.
I'm not sure how many times I've said this now, but soft-sits just keep on repeating it, so here we are again. Black's Law Dictionary doesn't say anything about driving being commercial. When it says a person employed in, it simply means engaged in the activity of, as in, how do you employ your time? So, there it is. Anyway, he's about to find this out the hard way.
I'm taking that. Unlicensed and, right? Unregistered and uninsured, yeah. Can you step off for me, Thomas, please?
Wow, guys, I live in here, man. This is
With all due respect, we're treating you respectfully, and like you said, fines and penalties and everything's in there. So.
What's that?
We're treating you with all due respect and whatnot. But step up, please.
So what, you guys tow my vehicle?
We're gonna talk to you about it. Step up.
All right. See, sometimes it just, they won't listen to you, but they've been put on notice though. So,
which means absolutely nothing, because for the millionth time, you are legally required to have a license, registration, and insurance. And pretending to cancel contracts that don't exist and spouting pseudo-legal garbage will not change a thing. Hence why you're being placed in silver bracelets.
We appreciate the respect. Do you have any weapons on you anytime? No, sir. Okay. Do you mind just face cop for me? Yeah. Again, you've been respectful. We appreciate it.
yes. Why am I being put under arrest though?
Because you are driving unlicensed, sir. You're driving an unregistered vehicle and you're driving an uninsured vehicle, okay? Do you have anything in your pocket you're going to poke or stick with?
No, sir.
Okay. Do me a favor, walk back here in front of my car.
Can you fix this? It's like stuff.
Is there anything in the vehicle?
No, sir.
Would you like a phone? Would you like a phone?
Yes, please. And I need my manila envelope.
All these
Yeah.
in the phone? What else would you like to take?
Charger. And
And off he goes to jail again. So, for the record, he's been arrested in Minnesota, Missouri, and now Massachusetts. So, be on the lookout for future arrest videos from Maine, Maryland, Mississippi, and Montana. Because states beginning with M seem to be a theme with Thomas for some reason, or it's just a happy coincidence. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave me a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.
All right. Gotta love Van Balian. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause for Van Balian. All right. Anyway, thank you. Let's see. I've already watched all the videos that Hez is showing. Dagnabbit! Are you trying to say that I'm too slow? I'm first thing in the morning. See, that's the problem with being in the morning show, is that I'm either too late for the stuff that happened last night or too early for the stuff that hasn't happened today yet. That's why yesterday was such a great show, because I got the live stuff from the court from BSBT. Anyway, it's been 3 hours, so it's about time to wrap it up. Love you guys. Thank you guys once again for joining me on this wonderful hump day. Don't forget, we got Katie's Ed coming there. I almost lost myself. Anyway, I'm back, Jack, and do it again. Wheels turning round and round until you go back, Jack, and do it again. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'm all shook up. Yeah.